shit. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the Den. Now, what's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the Den. Hey, if you're not familiar with the Den is a place where we can openly have conversation. We can discuss the topics at hand, things that are going on in the world, things that are going on in life, a variety of things. But tonight, like I said, we've had a few nights of, I won't say intense, but more serious topics. And every now and then it's good to lighten up a little bit, if you feel what I'm saying. And so tonight we're going to talk about sequels. We're going to talk about movie sequels and movies in general, or sequels, however you want to address it. But we're just going to talk about, are sequels really a good idea? I mean, are they bad for movie franchises, or is it people just trying to capitalize off something that worked? Again, we're going to look at a bunch of different angles. We're going to talk about, the good movie sequels. We're going to talk about the bad movie sequels. We've had some discussions prior to, and a shout out to Shaq Kush, because he kind of got this conversation started last night, and so we'll go from there. So again, like I said, I'm your host, Honcho. This is the Den. If you want to know where to be able to find the Den all across the interwebs, all the social medias, bow. You know what I'm saying? Instagram, YouTube. Well, this is YouTube. Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook /Den Show Live, and of course on the YouTube at the Den Show. Again, so like I said, we're gonna get into the conversation, but before we get into the conversation, we'll see which friends in the Den are joining us this evening. And like I say, man, we got plenty to talk about. As always, we have plenty to talk about. Then we'll open up the Den line so you guys can call in and express your personal opinions on tonight's topic. Wink, what's the motherfucking deal? Baker Man, Rising Phoenix, Big Al, what's the motherfucking deal? Heidi Clintonist, Clinton, I don't even know how to say that. Dr. Rabbit, Jimmo, what's the motherfucking deal? Well, welcome to the Den, first time viewer, good to have you. Beyond the Funny Nigga, what's the motherfucking deal? Lyric Northside. And Phoenix, yeah, I ain't finna get it with you this evening. You look like a bad Brock Osweiler sequel. Again, you started. I ain't even gonna go there. But good to have you all. I hope everybody's doing well. Again, let me see. The mod situation. Well, we actually just made a mod. I think I Gave You Power was just made mod not that long ago. But we'll see when we get the numbers up a little bit. We'll see who's in contention for that. But here's the deal. So like I said, we're going to talk about movies. We're just going to talk about, like I say, it's going to be kind of a freer flowing conversation. And then, like I say, I'll spill my sauce or speak my piece for a little bit. Then we'll open up the lines in about 10 minutes. And you guys can call in and express, your thoughts. So the conversation got started because last night at the end of the show on education, Shaq Kush called in and he made a very bold statement. I've been just thinking about it today. And I don't know, like I'm 50-50. I think it's how you frame the question as to whether or not the answer changes, in my opinion. But anyway, he called in and he said, hey, next Friday was better than Friday. Fight me. Or maybe, I guess he made a statement, not necessarily a question. But, thinking about that, I was like, is this factual? Is this true? But without Friday, there is no next Friday, correct? So you have to give credit where credit is due. Because again, if Friday wasn't a thing, I don't think anybody would have been watching the next one. And again, I think if next Friday was just a stand-alone movie, then I don't think it would have received as high of praise as it did from being a follow-up. So, we talk about it, we look at it, and you look at these things. And so it got me thinking about other movie franchises. And there's a lot of them. You think about some of the Saw movies. You think about some of the Screaming. These motherfuckers got like 7, 8 movies in them. Fucking, what's the other one? Yes, it was a throwback. The Mission Impossible. There's like a million of those. The Fast and Furious. There's like a million Fast. Days, what's the motherfucking deal, Days? Good to see you, man. Like I said, there's a million of the Fast and Furious. I think I saw like the first 2. I don't know what happened after that. Whenever Bow Wow appeared, I think that's when I stopped watching. I think the second one had Ludacris in it or something. I don't know. I've never seen any of them with The Rock in it. I think briefly at the end of the sauce, we were talking about the Godfather movies. I've never seen any of the Godfather movies, so I can't really tell you about sequels and things like that. Rockies, yeah, there's a bunch of Rockies, man. And again, some good, some bad. It just depends on, I guess, your taste. But obviously, there has to be something in the reason why they keep making these movies. And I wonder, is it that there's so much to the story that needs to be told? Is it, well, we had a hit with this one, so we're automatically going to get a certain viewing audience because that first movie was so successful? Roman, what's the motherfucking deal? You know, and so you wonder. Matrix, yeah, man, the Matrix. What's up, Beyond? And then say that Texas, what's the motherfucking deal? And so you wonder, like, you know, what is it? What is it about that? Because again, I think the Matrix was supposed to be something. The Matrix should have stopped at one movie, and that should have been it. Because what was it? Returns and Revolution or something like that. It got all weird. It got just a little bit too. I don't know. They just started doing too much for me. You know, it just kind of like took away from what that original vibe was. But I guess, you know, you have to get the understory and the background and how things are going on within the Matrix. But again, you know, you look at some of these movies and they have so many and they're successful, like these horror movies, the Scream movies, all of these things that, you know, they get into. And came out in 2000. Yeah, Unbreakable. I remember Unbreakable. I watched Unbreakable when it came out. It was interesting. But you know, and Glass actually does look interesting too. But again, you think about, yeah, you ain't lying about that, Phoenix. You're on the money on that. But you think about, why is it that they're doing this? And a lot of times I believe it's just to make money. So if I know I reboot this franchise that, you know, once was good, so we do a remake, which is what a lot of Hollywood shit is. Or you have a situation where, you know, okay, well, this book was successful, so we're going to make a movie out of it, and then we're going to try to, you know, spread it out. But again, I mainly believe that it's for the money, because again, once an audience connects with a film, they're probably going to go see the sequel to see if it's good or not. And if the sequel's just good enough, I mean, just good enough, then people will give it credit. But I'm trying to think how many times. I don't know, we'll open up the Denline here in a second. It's all open. We'll open up here in a second, about 5 to 7 more minutes. But and so you wonder why that these movies continue to happen again. But it's about the money, because people will connect with a familiar theme, with a familiar storyline, a familiar character. Like Halloween, there's been like 150 Halloween movies. So my thing is, you have to wonder, what about it? What about these movies, you know, makes people go back? Is it that connection with the character? Is it the curiosity to see where they take the story? It's been like 5 Toy Stories. I don't know. I stopped watching. I don't even know if I've seen Toy Story 2, to be honest with you. I vaguely remember it. Vaguely remember Toy Story 2. But you have these movies, and again, so is it Hollywood's fault for making the sequel, or is it people's fault? I mean, is there a lack of entertainment? Why are they always rehashing the same thing? When do they, why is there not enough originality? Is it best to go with the same formula? And I got a buddy, and I told you about, he's in Hollywood, and he tells me some very interesting things from a different perspective, a guy like me would never think about. And, what he says is, he talks about, especially, being a director and, making movies, and the difficult thing about it is, it's hard to make a mainstream film, because it's hard to make a movie that everyone likes, because people are so particular. And I think the same thing about comedy, period, like doing stand-up comedy, to be a successful comedian, to have everybody just like what you do, it's a hard thing to do. And so I think what happens in Hollywood is that they find a formula that works, and then they say, okay, hey, well, this worked. It might just be easy to kind of rehash this thing over again. The Transformers, there's a bunch of fucking Transformers. movies, you know, and it makes me think about, you know, all of those things. Transformers, but like it's a hundred fucking movies. Forrest Gump was a great movie. Again, and so there's a lot of lack of originality. There's a lot of again, like I said, an already set formula that you know is going to work. But has there ever been a time, except for according to Shaq Kush, has there ever been a time that the sequel was better than the original? You know, movies that don't need a sequel, like Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah, that Napoleon is what it is. You can't duplicate that. Godfather 2, you say, is better than the original. Never seen it, so I'll take note of that if I ever watch that one day. Porn, that's it. The parody porn is always better than the real movies. I guess that's what you got there. So again, like I say, it's a situation where you have to Scarface it. Well, can there be another Scarface? Fucking mopped everybody up at the end, and then he got waxed. Sorry for a spoiler for anybody who hadn't seen Scarface. I think everybody in their mama's seen Scarface, whether they wanted to or not. 32 booty talks. Yeah, porn movies, wherever this conversation is going, they seem to get better as the sequels go on. You know, technology gets better, the cameras get better. There's never any fucking story in the porno movies anyway. So yes, the porn sequels always, they're always better than the originals. So there's that. So again, like I said, I think it's very interesting, you know, when you have this conversation. But what I want to get into, when we have this conversation, when I open up the line in the den, I want to know what movies stand out to you. Movies with sequels now. We're not just talking about, you know, movies that are just good. We can kind of talk about that too. It's, you know, it's the den. We kind of have an open conversation in here. But I want to know what movies were good that had good sequels, and what movies had sequels that were just pure shit. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm curious to know. I want to know y'all's opinions on that. What movies were really actually an improvement upon the first? And it's hard for me to really think about it, because you always have to look at it like, without that first movie, then does that second one still get the same push? There's like 1,000 Bourne Identities. I haven't seen John Wick 2, and I know John Wick 3 is coming out. And that's another reason I wanted to discuss that. Bad Boys 3 is coming out. But you sit here and you wonder, like, again, that's what I get to, is like, well, why does Hollywood not come with new fucking shit? Die Hard, man, you ain't lying. A gang of Die Hard movies. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, Incredible 2 just came out. I just recently watched that the other day. And that shit took like 15 fucking years. They're finna make a 23 Jump Street, actually. And so, again, like I said, they're rebooting the Ghostbusters franchise. They're supposed to be adding another one of those Annabelle movies. They're supposed to be doing a Rush Hour, what is it now, 4? Like, it's supposed to be, these are things that are supposed to be happening, like apparently in the works. So, again, over and over, you keep seeing the same shit being made. And it's like, so how many Lethal Weapons were there? You know, now it's a fucking TV show with a whole new set of characters. Again, so I think there's a lot to think about. But like I said, give me a second here and I will open up the line. I will get all together. I'll drop the number on here, and then we will talk about what is shaking the den to. No, there's only one den. The den shall rise again. So again, like I say, you know, we'll talk about it. We'll open it up and we will discuss what is shaking here. Hold on one second. All right. Hold on. All right. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Hey, what's the motherfucking deal? How you doing, my brother Honcho? This is Big Al.
Big Al, what's the motherfucking deal, Big Al? What would you like to drop in the den this evening?
Oh, man. Hey, man, I love you, man. Thank you for taking my call, man. But we're talking about movies. But I tell you what, man, you've got to take at least 10 hours out of your time just to watch one of the greatest movies of all time, The Godfather. Okay, in my opinion. and the reason why is the reason why the sequel, you know, of course it needed a sequel because it's such a long movie, but most importantly, the movie The Godfather not only emphasizes about the mafia, you know, but the most important thing about The Godfather is it emphasizes family, loyalty, commitment. It also goes over politics, economics, money, infidelity, like we've all talked about. And the movie just, it goes over all those social aspects and also political and money aspects of life, man. But it also, another thing is that it also goes over choices that we all make, you know, in real life. And obviously it emphasizes the mafia and how we all make choices and the consequences of those choices. And we are all make choices in the business that we are in, you know, like one of the quote unquote, we have chosen the business that we are in. So we have to we make that bed, we have to lay in that bed. You know what I'm saying, brother?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, I'm telling you, brother, I'm telling you, man, you've, in my opinion, one of the greatest movies that has ever been made, one of the greatest sequels of all time. One of my favorite characters out of the whole movie is Luca Brasi. And I won't tell you everything because I know you want to see it, but one of the backstories of Luca Brasi, he was one of the Vito Corleone's henchmen. And of course they had an olive oil business. They came in from Italy, but he was the enforcer. But Luca Brasi was one of the few people that Vito Corleone was completely terrified of. And he was terrified of him because he thought that he would take over the whole organized crime mafia ring. But man, dude, I'm telling you, my brother, you got to see it. In my opinion, it's one of the greatest movies that has ever been written. Mario Puzo, I believe, wrote it. It's just fantastic, man. And it's one of those movies, man, that you just get involved in, that you just, you know, you can relate to a lot of the stuff that's in it, man. But I'm telling you, man, I've got the sequel. I've got like all the videos and everything, you know, but yeah, I'm a big fan of it, and you've got to check it out, my brother. Hey, I'm going to hang up and listen, okay, bro? All
right. Appreciate the call there, Big Al. I'm going to definitely check it out. You have endorsed it, so I'm going to check it out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, my brother. You got to see it. I'll see you. Bye-bye.
All right. Appreciate the call. Okay. Look. Big Al has motivated me to watch The Godfather. I know Wink was recommending it, so look, I will check it out. I'm gonna put it in my list. You know, y'all know I put it on my list when I get time, because I hardly watch movies. I'll be honest with you. Like, I hardly watch television, I hardly watch movies, but I will make it a deliberate effort to check it out. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
It's your boy Roman.
Roman, what's the motherfucking deal, Roman? What you want to drop in the den tonight, man?
Man, you know, I see what we talking about these sequels, so I had to bring in how I feel, man. I think one of my favorite movies of all time, man. I think has some of the best sequels of all time. It gotta go to Rocky, man. Let me tell you what, bro. When you look at the character of Rocky, he was from Philadelphia. He was a bum. He wasn't going nowhere, and it's just how he came to be. Like, Rocky 1 was more, that's why Rocky 1 has the awards, because Rocky 1 was more just a story of a man coming from nothing into something. Even though he didn't beat Apollo, he came and, you know, he gained the respect. He gained you know, all the love for the people. While, you know, 2 is just 2. When you look at Rocky 2 is actually the same night after Rocky 1. So Rocky 2 is all about him just, you know what, he was there and he either coming back and getting back to the top. But this is where Rocky 3 come in, Rocky 3 and 4. And what I like about Rocky 3 was like, you gotta think about Rocky. He gets all this shit to his head. He starts winning. He starts winning. And, you know, that's where his trainer Mick was telling him, you ain't find nobody. You find fucking bums. You ain't find nobody. The thing is, you know, that's when Clubber Lang came in. Mr. T came in and was like, man, fight me. I'm a real fighter. That's what Mickey, his trainer, was like, man, this dude, this cat right here, this boy right here, he the real truth. And, you know, I like when he lost and when Mickey died, because it's like his main antagonist in Apollo was the main person who brought him back up to give Rocky back his edge. And that's a good lesson in life. You can't let the tiny things you do in life, or you ain't doing nothing. You making a little bit of change, you think you the top nigga around, bro. Come on, man. That ain't real money. And when you fall and you ain't making it no more, it's a problem. Like, it was a lesson there. Like, Rocky, he let that stuff get to his head. He wanted to retire. He wasn't that old. And then he came back, and I like how Apollo says, man, this ain't the fighter I fought when, you know, this ain't the fighter I fought when I met you back in 1 and 2. So, you know, first of all, Hunter, you watched all the Rocky movies?
I don't think I've watched all the Rocky movies. I want to say I saw the one with Clubber Lang. I saw the first Rocky, and then I saw that the one with Tommy Gunn in it.
Well, okay, that's 5. 5 is trash. Don't watch 5. It's horrible. Hey, bro, keep 5 out your head, bro. You don't have to watch 5. 5 is pure trash. No. Watch 1 through 4 and watch the Creed movie. That's all you need to watch. Okay. Because Creed is good too. And I'm not about to be up here all night, because I'll be up all night talking about Rocky. But I'm just saying that I think that's a franchise to where it had many sequels. Even Balboa is good. It had many sequels to where it's like, you know, a lot of people feel like Mark 3 and 4, you know, a lot of money got put into Rocky. That's why it was more like when he fought Drago, and it was crazy because he was a kind of, you know, steroid. But Rocky 4 is so patriotic and so energizing. It's a good movie too. But I think that's a movie, and that's a movie where, man, the sequels, they so legendary, so iconic, and Rocky has inspired so many other movies and characters. Like, you have real boxers look at Sylvester Stallone as a legend. Like, he has innovated, and he's getting some respect from real boxers. Like, these young boxers go to Sylvester Stallone, call him champ, and give him respect, because the movie has so much significance to a lot of boxers. So the movie's just amazing. It's well done. The music, I love Rocky. You know, from the training montage, you could call it corny, but I don't give a damn. That's how I feel. But and then a movie that I feel like it went bad after a couple movies, I would say Friday the 13th. Now, I love Freddy Krueger, bro. I know it's 80s and it's old, but I love Freddy Krueger. He's funny. You know, some of the kills was amazing, but I wasn't big on 2. 2, I don't know. I didn't like the 2. The guy aspect, it was annoying. 3 was good, Dream Fighters, and 4 was good. But as the movies went on, they was just trying to make money. Same goes for Friday. Same goes for Friday the 13th. Same goes for Halloween. The first couple movies was good, and then they just try to make money. Then they do reboots. It just gets all over the place. So basically, what I'm saying is, at times of the show, like a Rocky, of a reboot is not reboot, but if a sequel is needed to continue a person's story, go ahead, because that's not making money. That's just continuing a story people want to see. But if you know that story is done and well, don't need no more, man, there's no point in making the movie. It's kind of like Chucky. The Child's Play 1 was good, and 2 was good, but 3 and all the rest of them was pointless. They wasn't needed. Now, Chucky's got reboots. Now, the reboots is actually not that bad, because they went back to horror, because, you know, Chucky went all funny and was doing all crazy shit. But you know, so it's just a matter on if this. I mean, a sequel is needed if you continue somebody's story. You don't need to continue nobody's story. Man, what's the point of making it? So, I go on and on. about movies, but I ain't gonna say nothing about the Lion King because I like Lion King 1 and 2. I don't care what nobody say, but 1 is better, but 2 is good too. So I'm gonna hang up Honcho and Honcho. We gotta get you on some movies, bro.
Yeah, you know, I'd be cooling on the movie. Like I said, I got to get back on. It's really been within the last probably 8 or 9 years. I just really cut back from watching as many movies as I used to.
It seems like you watch The Godfather. You ever watch Rocky 3 and 4, bro? Man, we gotta get you on some movies, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm stealing some recommendations this evening, so I'm gonna see what people talking about. I'm gonna try to catch some. I'm gonna try to make some time to watch a couple of movies, man.
Okay, Honcho.
All right, appreciate the call there, Roman.
Anytime, man.
Already. So I'm gonna just look. I see Roman liked the horror movies, so I'm gonna have to check out. Just diving through the deal. I appreciate you, James Harden. But yeah, man, like I said, a lot of these reboots, and again, I agree. Like if it doesn't benefit the story at all, why continue to make these sequels? Like, in a lot of them, you see, it seems like they're forcing the shit. Especially a lot of these over the top action movies. Like I say, I was talking about the Transformers earlier. You know, shit like that. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Beyond the funny nigga.
Beyond the funny nigga. What's the motherfucking deal, man? What you want to drop in the den tonight, man?
Hey, man, I just want to say I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say. The hardest fucking sequel to ever come out of all fucking time was Back to the Future 2. You seen that shit? Back to the
Future. I seen the Back. It's been a minute since I've seen it, but I want to say I saw the Back to the Futures. What was the difference between 2 and 1?
Like that white nigga, boy, that nigga was so influential. I never seen a nigga. This nigga was like the first Tony Hawk nigga. When he had that motherfucker skateboard and shit, he got on the back of that truck and shit. That was some shit I don't even think no black person ever saw in their fucking life. and then this nigga, boy, and then what's that bully ass nigga? The nigga always bullying him and shit, calling him chicken and shit.
That wasn't.
The nigga used to always kill me shit because you know that's equivalent to calling a black person a bitch in real life. You call a white person a chicken. I'm telling you. And then this nigga, man. And then the car nigga, the motherfucking car going 88 miles per hour and shit, nigga. Man, come on, man. You can't pass that shit up, dog.
Yeah, Biff, okay. Biff Tanner. Okay, that's what I thought. I was like Biff. I don't know why I want to think on Doyle. I'm thinking about the other show. But that's a bad man. Beyond the funny nigga. I appreciate that chicken shit. That's fucking funny, man. Already. Hey, man, you ain't lying though. Back in the gap, man, certain words used to be real tough. They now you looking like, what the fuck? You know, if I call you a chicken, man, that's your soul right there. They pulling your card right there. You better mount up. Which one was it where he went back and seen his mom or whatever? Yeah, I've seen a lot of people say that T2 was better than the first Terminator. The second Terminator was better than the first one. I'll agree with that. So we got two. We have someone saying Back to the Future. The second Back to the Future was better. Back to the Future. And then T2 over T1. Heidi's just an Arnold lover. It doesn't even matter. Oh, man. Bad Boys. That was one where you're trying to say, okay, we see his mom. Okay. Home Alone 2 better than 1. What was Home Alone 2? And like I say, it's been so long because you know, like I watch a movie and I usually like watch them once. There's only been a couple of movies that I just been hardcore that I would watch. Hardcore movies that I would watch more than once. Home Alone 2 is New York. Yeah, I go with Home Alone 1 on that one. I'm gonna go with Home Alone 1 on that one. Yeah, they had a bunch of Home Alones too. That was wild. Man, I'm a throw back something. A lot of y'all don't remember this one. A lot of y'all don't remember this one. Okay. And I think in this one, part 2 might have been better than part 1. I got to go back and remember everything. It's been a long time since I've seen it. But how many of y'all remember Problem Child? And in Problem Child 2 is when he met the little girl who was just as bad as he was. Problem Child was my shit when I was younger. I used to fuck with Problem Child tough, man. That little bad little motherfucker. That motherfucker used to just be in some shit, man. Oh man. That little motherfucker used to be in some shit, dog. Like he fucking swapped up like the little because I guess they was trying to get their parents together or something, and then he was finna marry his dad was finna marry that bitch, and then so he swapped her shit up, had it all looking diseased and shit. Hey, Soulja Boy is a funny motherfucker. You're a lying ass old bullshit ass nigga, but that nigga's funny, dog. That motherfucker Soulja Boy Drake. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got called into the den this evening?
This is Jay Dizzle.
Jay motherfucking Dizzle, man. What you want to drop in the den tonight, man?
I'm gonna talk about this secret shit.
All right, what you got?
You right on the problem, child. I had to give you that. I didn't even think of that jump. But I'm gonna tell you this. Fuck what Roman talk about. Rambo and Rocket, trash. Fuck that. The only Rambo to me that was good was the last. The one where he had that big ass gun and was cutting their ass down with it. That big 50 cal. Hey, that shit was fire. But the rest of that movie was not that good. It was just the end that ended up good.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about something while you were talking about the movie sequels.
Right.
It's funny how most of the movie sequels are not as good as the first one.
Mm-hmm.
But in video games, it's the opposite. The second one is always better than the first one.
Yeah. That's
and for the record, hell no, next Friday is not better than the original Friday. Not even close. There's way more quotables in the first Friday than the second Friday. I'm not saying it wasn't good, because it was good. But the first one, come on, bruh.
Okay.
Come on.
All right.
Everybody has used those phrases in real life. Everybody.
All right, but I got a question. So if we just isolate Smokey and Day Day, who was a funnier character?
The funniest character is Smokey. I gotta say, it's Smokey.
Okay.
You know, because to me, and I think what fucks it up is because in all about the Benjamins, he was funnier there than he was in Next Friday.
Yeah.
Because I fucking love All About the Benjamin. I think that's the part that kind of fucks the Next Friday up for me.
Okay.
I like that character better.
Little
bitch screaming out "book 'em" all the time.
Hey, All About the Benjamin was funny than a bitch, though. I forgot about that bitch. That hoe was funny.
Fucking was up like a player. That nigga's stupid.
Okay.
Oh shit, but yeah, the video game sequels are always better.
Yeah.
Than the first one. Now, some of the first ones, you know, we're gonna hold near and dear to our heart. Like the first Mario, like come on.
Yeah.
Come on, everybody loved the first Mario, but Super Mario 2 was better. You know what I'm saying? Killer Instinct was good. Now on that one, I'm kind of torn.
Yeah.
Because I kind of like the first one was just that much better, but Mortal Kombat 2, everybody know was better.
Yeah, it was better. Yeah.
Killer
Instinct though, they took out some characters on that part too. Some of the motherfuckers I used to fuck with from the original. I forgot it was a couple of characters they took out. I forgot who all they took out. One of them, I think, was Cinder. They took out, and like somebody else.
Cinder was fucking hard to play with, though.
Man,
fool.
I used to go fair with. He
was hard as fuck to play with.
I was fair with Cinder. I was fair with the little chick who used to turn into the little panther thing. I could play with her.
Orchid.
Orchid. It was another one that I was pretty good with. Might have been Glacius. I might have been all right with Glacius. I can't remember. But
I was a monster with Saber Wolf. I'd tear your ass up with that fucking wolf, boy. Him and Glacius.
Well,
them was my best two characters.
Saber Wolf was a beast.
But the one game that the second one to me is more classic than the first is Super Tecmo Bowl. The first Tecmo Bowl was good, but number one, they didn't have all the teams.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was real basic. But Super Tecmo Bowl had all the teams. You could play the whole season, playoff, Super Bowl, all that shit. So to me, that one was the classic. Tecmo Bowl was kind of like the introduction to a football game, but Super Tecmo Bowl was the shit. And if y'all motherfuckers don't remember back that far, you missed out. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
That's all good. I just whooped Shaq Kush ass the other day on some Tecmo Bowl. It was the updated one though. It was the 360 one. that they updated with the little graphics on there. But we was fucking with that Tecmo Bowl.
But it wasn't a Super Tecmo Bowl?
No, I don't think it was Super Tecmo Bowl. I think it was just Tecmo Bowl, like a little updated version of Tecmo Bowl.
I can't fade it. See, Tecmo Bowl, you only get 4 players to pick from. Super Tecmo Bowl, you get 8.
Well, it might have been Super then. It might have been Super then because you had 8 plays on that bitch.
If it was Super, I'd tear your ass up, Honcho.
Oh man, look, man, y'all don't want no smoke.
You don't want no smoke, bro. You don't
man, I'm over there, baby. If you got a box, baby, all you got to do is holler at me, man.
I ain't got no box, man. I got the PS4, the real shit. But anyway, I'm gonna let somebody else call in.
Already, man. Appreciate the call, Jay. You took some throwback memories on that one, man. Already. Man, look, that boy took it back to the Killer Instinct, man. The Killer Instinct was fair. Man, 007. Look, we getting all, this is how we do it today. We're going to get all off the conversation. Y'all finna have a nigga talking games here in just a second. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got called into the den this evening?
Man, Roman, real quick.
Revenge of the Roman. What's the motherfucking deal, Roman?
I ain't gonna take long. How Jay just gonna talk about my movie like that? Man, come on, bro. I mean, I don't know how he gonna call it trash. Like, all love, respect. He has the time his opinion. I like Jay Dizzle. No disrespect, but come on, man. He ain't gonna talk about my movie like that. But he is right about the game sequels. Most time one is more nostalgic to your heart, and you love one a lot more. But most time two is better graphics, more characters, more story. Two is most time always better. I can't think of a game right now, but he's right about that. But I want to talk about, but I think this is gonna talk about me like that. But it's all love though, so that's all I got, Honcho.
I already appreciate the call there, Roman.
I was gonna call back in. Yeah, he was slick. I had him.
Already, man.
All right.
Roman say he ain't going out like that, man. You ain't gonna just hit him with the jab, and he ain't gonna come back, man. He gonna come back with the counter, man. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who got called into the den this evening?
Hey, this is Beyond a Funny Nigga again.
Beyond, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What you want to drop in the deal tonight?
I keep seeing people in the chat talking about Godfather. Like that shit got boring after the first hour. And that motherfucking movie was like 2 days long and shit. And like both parts was too fucking long. But if you really want to get up on the movie, it's Taken. You seen both of them?
Yeah. I done seen the Taken. I done seen the Takers, yeah. How many? Any more than two? It's only 2 of them? I thought it was like 3. And one like where his daughter started doing some shit too. Like she ended up flipping the script and having to like help out. I thought it was, man, I know I seen the 2. I thought they ended up making another one. I might have skipped it. But yeah, them Takers was fed though.
I thought it was a 3 and shit, but shit, I just left off at 2 though. But that nigga, he was 65 years old, choking niggas out over his daughter and shit. That nigga, he a motherfucking beast.
Well, boy,
what the nigga say, what the nigga say? He say, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. But what I do have is a particular set of skills. So, like, oh shit, nigga. Like, that nigga, he on some shit, I swear to God. But all right, Honcho.
Already, man. I appreciate the call. Boy, brought the Takers, but I forgot all about the motherfucking Takers too. That's a bit. I forget what the hell that noise was. Let me see. Say John Wick better than Taken. Kevin Hart movies. I ain't got no best Kevin Hart movie. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Can I talk my shit?
Go, let's talk your shit, man. Look, now you look. There's a few folks that been disagreeing with you, man.
What they been disagreeing about?
About the next Friday over Friday, man.
Man, them niggas is crazy in their head. Man, I'm telling y'all, if y'all just like I say, you go back and just seriously think about that movie from Day-Day's point of view, your cousin show up on the first day now and all types of bullshit happen. Could you imagine your cousin sitting there watching your car just get keyed the fuck up? That nigga like, what y'all niggas doing? Sit here hugging and shit. Nah, that shit's a classic, man. Man, other than that, let's see what else I hear y'all talking about here. Y'all talking about sequels, they go better than the first one. Bad Boys 2 is better than the first one. I don't know if I missed y'all saying that or not. But what else was better than the first one? Bad Boys 2 is better than the first. Shit, I can't even think now that I talk about it. And man, whoever said Jay Dizzle, you must be out your rabbit ass mind to say Mario Brothers 2 went harder than the first one. Mario 2 was the worst.
Man, hold on. You ain't just gonna hate on Mario 2, man. I look at all the Mario 2 slander.
I know you always talk about that you love Mario 2.
Man,
2 was trash.
2 was fair. Y'all
3 was the greatest.
3 was great, but 2 was like, y'all hating on 2. 2 was the livest, man. Y'all hating on Mario 2, man. Don't sleep on Mario 2, man. Just because it was a little bit different.
Modern Warfare 2 was the game. Modern Warfare 2 was a game changer.
It was all right.
Human Fall Flat 2 is going to be a game changer.
Man, Human Fall Asleep, man. You abandoned me while I was in there with a bunch of miscreants. Nah, you went fair. We
Man, those niggas was acting all types of shit faced drunk last night. That shit had me the fuck up. Nigga snatching a piece of stick when I'm trying to jump across it. Man, I'm still, man, it's like, damn. A great conversation talking about these sequels. And my mind just went blank about movies.
No, man.
One of the greatest sequels of all. The best sequel known to man. Ninja Turtles 2 will always be the best sequel ever made. Number 1 was okay. But the Return of the Ooze, the Return of the Ooze is awful. Like me on that one. I let the debate begin. Them niggas did their thing on number 2. Niggas had that boy Vanilla Ice come out there and make a remix. Yo, it's the Green Machine about to rock town without being seen. Have SC Turtle get down. Man, they killed that movie.
That's
like one of the greatest movies.
This nigga that rapped the Vanilla Ice.
They even had some perverted lines in there people never caught. Like that nigga, Michelangelo was jumping on top of one of them niggas. That nigga said, "You want a pickle?" Huh? Like, wait a minute, what?
God damn! Look, you done took it to some throwbacks. Some of these youngsters wasn't even born then, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't even know nothing about that, man.
Ninja Turtles 2 was like one of the great. Man, I watched that shit so many times to where my cassette player started working. My VCR, y'all know what a VCR is, but that shit stopped working when I watched that shit so many times. Man, I'm trying to think of some other ones. Bad Boys 2 is still brilliant. Bad Boys 1 was good, but Bad Boys 2 was great.
Okay.
Belly 2, that was
man, you just stole the words out of it. I wasn't gonna say nothing. When you got off the call, I was gonna talk about horrible sequels, and I was gonna talk about Belly. I ain't even watch it. Because there's no way that you make a sequel to Belly starring the game. It's not even close. I refuse. When I saw it was the game was in the movie, I was like, man, I'm not even finna entertain this shit. I already know it's trash, dog. There's no way I'm finna go from Belly to watching this motherfucking game.
Y'all know another crazy thing I bring up, switching from movies to games. You know, I never played Street Fighter 1.
Nobody has. I've only known one person, man. This is when I was young and in Beaumont, dog. The nigga across the street from me, and he brought it out, but I never played it. He had the original Street Fighter like on Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? And I never played that bitch. I'm lying. I might be lying. I might have played that bitch on an emulator some years later. But you ain't really miss out on too much of nothing with that shit. But yeah, because I mean, it used to always be in the motherfucker in the barbershop. It would always be Street Fighter 2 with them niggas in front of the building in the crowd, and the white dude stole the shit out the black dude and fucking dropped it.
What about Contra 2? Contra 2 versus Contra 1. I think Contra 2 was better.
I don't think I played Contra 2. I don't think I played Contra 2. Dark Knight. Hey, you ain't lying. Dark Knight was a great sequel. I watched Dark Knight before I watched Batman Beyond, brother. So I definitely agree. Dark Knight was a great sequel.
Well, the first one was what, Heath Ledger, or the Heath Ledger was a Dark Knight?
Heath Ledger was in the Dark Knight. The first one was Scarecrow or somebody like that.
Okay, yeah. I watched the Heath Ledger. That shit was awesome.
Yeah, that shit was great.
I like too with What they do, they kept saying mobile all the time.
I don't know. Which one was that?
The one with the big ass swole nigga, like, this is now mobile. He kept saying that shit all the time. Mobile.
Oh, you talking about? Oh, you talking about Bane and that was Dark Knight Rises, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Bane went hard too, though. Both of actually in that Batman, that particular Batman series, the two sequels were better than the first one. And so I definitely think it's the Bane was a good one too, man. Bane was that was a good one. I think just Heath Ledger's fucking Joker he just sold it though. The whole everything he did was gold.
All right, here we go. You already know before I get off the phone, I got a wild card out there. So here's my wild card for the day. If they were to do a remix of a movie, this is one of my favorite movies growing up. Who would you pick to be the character for this day and age? And the movie is White Man Can't Jump.
Ooh.
Who's gonna replay the movie?
That's a tough one. I got to think on that one, man. God damn, that's a tough one. I don't know, man. White people can jump nowadays. You niggas be dunking and shit. So I don't know if you can make white men count. I don't know if the stigma still applies. You know. But I would say Michael B. Jordan. That's interesting. White men can't jump. If you were to remake that today, that's tough, man. That's super tough. I'm gonna be honest. I'm terrible with actors. What's that dude? You probably get what's the dude from 21 Jump Street? What's his name? I can't even remember his name. Starring Floyd Mayweather. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got called into the den this evening?
It's Edmund.
Edmund. What's the motherfucking deal, Edmund? What would you like to drop in the den this evening, Edmund?
So I was wondering if you're going to watch the sequel to The Lion King that's coming up this year.
What is it? A live action? Is it like a live action Lion King, or they like rendered it or something? What did they do to it? They did something. They did something to change it up. I'm probably not gonna watch it, but what do they do? Do they make it like a 3D Lion King, or what do they do to it? Because then they change it up somewhere.
It's not a cartoonish.
Oh, it's live action.
It's more like
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nah, fuck that.
But I don't know if someone already mentioned it, but I think the best sequel has to be the Terminator 2.
Yeah, I think somebody brought up T2, but T2, I think I seen T2 before I saw Terminator 1. You know what I mean? So, oh man, Thomas, you own one right there, and a lot of people don't know about the old school Western, but you own one. Man, so are you watching Are you watching the new live action Aladdin with Will Smith?
To be honest, I don't like all these movies that come out in this era. Like, they're all trash. Like, I can't. Nothing really interests me. Every movie is rushed. I feel like the creativity of movies have gone down. So probably the only one I'm interested in is the Avengers, but other than that.
Interesting. So the Avengers, in the Avengers series, are the sequels better than the original?
I would say so. Like the last Avengers that came out, I would say it's the best one that came out.
Okay.
So far. Okay. Has someone mentioned Shrek yet? Like the Shrek series, I think it's underrated.
Okay. No, I don't think anybody mentioned Shrek yet, or if they did, I didn't catch it. Okay, the Shrek series. I'm trying to remember Shrek.
And there was one more. Let me see if I can. I forgot the name of them. I think it was called. Oh yeah, Hellboy 2.
I never watched the
I think
Hellboy.
I think the second one is the best one out of the series. So
Okay. I have to check that. I have to check Hellboy.
Yeah,
out.
that's my. So yeah, those are my thoughts on sequels.
All right, man. Appreciate the call, Ed. Man, we're gonna talk about it.
I bet.
All right. So Shrek, I might have to. I'm trying to think of the first Shrek. Second Shrek, I don't remember what happened in the second Shrek, and I don't think if I'm not mistaken, maybe I do know because I'm trying to think when there are like 3 Shreks, and I'm trying to make sure I didn't see 3 over 2, and I'm trying to make sure. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
This is Jay Dizzle again.
Jay Dizzle, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What you want to drop in the den tonight, man?
I'm gonna let Static Clean make it, but the other one, fuck that nigga. How about that? You probably like the nigga because you riding on 10s too, and you don't keep him clean. Goddamn it. Nah, but anyway, I know a sequel to a movie, the absolute worst sequel I have ever seen in my life, and I watched it like a couple of weeks ago, and it's on Netflix. Have you seen Tales from the Hood 2?
Man, I saw it on Netflix. Me and my old lady, we was looking for something to watch, and I said, I'm not gonna watch this shit. She wanted to see who was in it, and I'm like, I'm not finna watch this shit.
Bro, don't watch that shit, bro. It's so bad. It is so bad. Like the beginning when it first came, and you can kind of tell, like, yeah, something off with this, and this will seem a little low budget.
Yeah.
And then after the first little story, you like, oh, these niggas tripping. I don't know who the fuck came up with this shit. But I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna go. Now there is one movie series that I don't know if everybody agrees with, but I think this is the only series for every one they made was actually better than the one before it. The first one was good, the second one was really good, and the third one was the best one to me. The Ocean series. Oceans 11, 12, and 13. For some reason, I think that's about the only one where the last one was better than the first 2.
Okay.
I love those series. You ain't never seen the Ocean series?
I saw the first one, but I hadn't seen the follow-ups.
Man, the second one and the third one was damn good. The third one was really good.
Okay.
You need to check it out, Honcho.
I'll check those out. Jot that down.
All right.
I appreciate the call, Jay Dizzle.
Keep them 10s clean, nigga.
Already. Oh man, that's funny. Oceans, I seen that. The first Ocean was good, so I haven't seen the other ones, so I have to check that out. BET Recycle Movies, Baby Boy. Man, if they make a sequel to Baby Boy, I'm gonna be upset. I've seen that shit too many times. What's the motherfucker dude who got calling in to the den this evening?
I don't know who you're talking about, but I ride on 22, goddammit. Shit, fight me. I knew a nigga was going to call in and talk some shit, so I got to talk some more shit too. And first of all, you always got to come back at somebody. Twilight was awesome. What? I don't care what y'all say.
What?
Twilight was great. Everyone was better than the next one. If you had a girl, you had to watch Twilight was awesome. I was team Edward Cullen all the way. You know what I'm saying? But off of that topic, next one, Fast and the Furious. I think all those was good. I don't know too much no more. The Rock, I think they might be pushing it with The Rock.
Man.
Right. The first one was good, and then all of a sudden it's like, how come these niggas went from street drivers to all of a sudden professional drivers? And that only trips me out. Like, where did professionalism come from? Ludacris was some nigga in the hood, called racing. Now he's an awesome super tech computer guy, and Vin Diesel can stop bullets with his bare hands. Like, what the fuck?
Man.
But other than that,
I stopped watching after 2 on that shit. I stopped watching after 2. Like, Fast and Furious 2 is where I drew the line. I didn't see anything after that.
I don't know. I think part 5 was nice. 5 and 6 were good.
But
8 was good too. They're all good. I watched them all.
I still got questions though. I still got questions, Cushington. And
what's that?
And my question is, what the hell are you thinking watching Twilight? Like seriously,
man. I had a woman, and when you got a woman, you got to sacrifice to watch bullshit like that sometimes. Yeah, I did. I watched it. The shit was interesting, so I watched the next one. Shit, I fuck around and watch Jersey Shore too. I had no choice sometimes. When you got a woman, you got to make those sacrifices as a man. Jersey Shore, I thought it was stupid as fuck. Started watching it. I'm Team Pauly D all day long. That nigga Pauly is a gangster. He's funny as fuck to me. Awkward. You know what I'm saying? He's funny. So y'all can hate like y'all want. But Twilight was awesome. I mean, hey, fight me. God damn it. Like I say, y'all know me. Fuck. Adrian Broner is going to knock out Pacquiao. I said it. I believe it. I believe LeBron James will cross up Michael Jordan. God damn it, I said it. Fight me. Shit.
Cushion on that good cushion.
What else y'all want to fight about? I think the Ninja Turtles will whoop the Power Rangers' ass. Fight me. I said it. God damn it.
Oh, man, I don't know, man. The Power Rangers got a motherfucking robot, my nigga. Like, the fucking Ninja Turtles got a rat. I think the Power Rangers gonna end up winning that shit.
Yeah, the rat was a gangster though.
The rat went hard, but he ain't a robot. You know what I'm saying? He only got that little stick or whatever he had. I don't know.
That nigga had that go ninja, go. That nigga was a G.
Oh man, I don't know, man. I don't know about that one. I'm gonna have to.
Y'all want to talk about whack movies? Let's name some whack ass movie that you just watched and you just got stuck watching it. Man, there's a movie called Caught Up. Oh my God, it's the worst movie ever. But me and my partner watched that shit. It is the funniest movie to talk about. I don't know why this shit's so funny.
Who was in Caught Up? Because I think I seen that bitch. Who was in Caught Up?
Huh?
Who was in Caught Up? Who was the main character of Caught Up? Because I feel like I seen that bitch.
That bald headed black nigga from Jason's Lyric, and he played in he was Can't Get Right in Life.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. God damn. Yeah, I seen that shit.
Yeah, well, that Jamaican nigga said, "What you do to the man head?" I said, "You said get him on a proper dropper, a proper dropper, get him on a proper drop."
Yeah, I see that bullshit. Man, yeah, that shit was terrible, nigga. Yeah, now you bring back bad memories. Goddamn. Oh man. That's awful, Cushington. That's awful. I'm still not forgiving you for the Twilight situation, but hey, you got to live with that one. That's terrible. Twilight and Jersey Shore, awful stuff, man. Awful stuff. I don't know if you're still there, but I'm hanging up the phone. Man. Whew, man. I don't know about that Twilight. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got called into the den this evening?
What's going on, Honcho? It's me, Versatile Titan.
Versatile Titan, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What would you like to drop in the den this evening?
Jimmy, man, I heard y'all talking about movie sequels. So I was like, man, I gotta call in, and y'all talking about Power Rangers. That's my shit right there. So I was like, call in real quick.
All right. So what sequels would you recommend, and what sequel do you disapprove of?
Oh man, I mean sequels, continuations of the original. I would say. I mean, I like the Friday movies. Godfather. I mean, definitely. Mighty Ducks, the trilogy. That's pretty good. I heard a boy talking about Fast and Furious, and yeah, I mean 5 and 6 are probably the best ones to me. I didn't really like the original, the whole Street Gang. Nah. Let me see what else. Shoot. The Ninja Turtles. I mean, I was talking about that too. I mean, that trilogy is pretty good too. But it went off the rails a little bit with the time travel shit, but it was all right. So I don't know, but for sure, I mean, we definitely Friday.
Oh shit. Hello, you still there? I think it cut out. I don't know if it was on my end or not. The Power Rangers. I'm gonna be honest too, with the actual remake, and you can call back in Versatile Titan. I think it cut out. Superfly, the more recent Superfly, the remake. Man, me and my old lady argue about that because I thought the movie was all right. She hated. She couldn't get over the fact that that nigga had a perm. Like the whole, that's all she talked about. The whole, this nigga got a perm. What's the motherfucking deal? We got called into the den this evening.
I was good, Honcho. Mello.
Mello, what's the motherfucking deal, Mello, man? What you want to drop in the den tonight, man?
Shit. So, sequels I can't stand.
Right.
I can't stand the motherfucking Hunger Games. I can't stand fucking Saw. What's another one? I can't stand fucking goddamn Wrong Turn. Yeah, y'all ever seen that one?
I don't think I seen Wrong Turn. I heard of it, but I hadn't seen it.
Hey, that one, that was on some bullshit. What's another one, man? Another whole ass. Cause I don't really be watching too many movies nowadays. My attention span be out there. I can't sit down and actually pay attention to a fucking movie. Yeah. Cause half of them be bullshit nowadays. Hey, but y'all sleeping on Star Wars, bro. Y'all sleeping on Harry Potter, my nigga. Y'all sleeping on fucking Cheech and Chong, Harold and Kumar, man. Fucking what's another one? What's another one y'all niggas sleeping on, bro? I'm trying to figure out another more. I can't really think of one at this moment. But y'all, I don't know if you ever seen Cheech and Chong, bro. You ever seen Cheech and Chong?
Oh yeah, man. When I look, I used to have the whole collection, man. From let me see, Nice Dreams. What was the other one? Smoke. Up in Smoke. It was another one. They had a bunch of them, man.
Hell yeah. So, that's that shit. I grew up watching that shit because my pop was a dope.
I don't know if it's me or the line, because it seems like folks keep getting cut off. It might be on my end, man. But the one where that motherfucker put the Bentley grill on the motherfucking the bug or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That shit was hilarious. I'm hanging. I don't know if it's on me cutting out or not. But like I say, by Monday I've been doing some research on some things, and I'm deciding between two of them. We're gonna get the line. We're gonna get them right. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Hey, Honcho, this is Big Al again. How you doing?
Doing all right, Big Al. What you want to drop in the den tonight, Big Al?
Hey, man, shout out to Roman, man, with the Rocky movies. That was pretty good. Shout out to Jay Dizzle, man. And, hey, I haven't heard from Ernest, man.
No,
Ernest called in sometime. But, hey, man, again, for that caller that said The Godfather was boring, are you freaking kidding me, man? If you were to ask Wink that question, he would have a heart attack, bro. But, hey, hey, man, but another thing, as far as like, that was a serious movie, but like the funny ones, man, Cheech and Chong, man, that was a shit, dude. Cheech and Chong was funny, man. I love that whole sequence of movies, man. But I just want to shout out to you, man, and everybody. And again, my pick, The Godfather. If you're in a serious mood, man, if you're in like a, if you want to get some revenge on somebody, hey, man, that's the movie to go to, man. That's number one, numero uno, like here we say in San Antonio. But hey, I'll go ahead and hang up and listen, my brother.
Already, man. I appreciate the call there, Big Al.
Okay, bye-bye.
Already. Man, look, you talking about revenge, I might not need to watch that bitch. I'm like, well, yeah, Honcho's over there doing some kind of off the wall shenanigans. What's the motherfucking deal we got calling in to the den this evening?
How in the hell you gonna call in and say you like Harold and Kumar, but you hated the movie Saw? What kind of crazy ass shit is that? Seriously? And then you gonna openly admit that you have the attention span of a fucking gnat. That's why you didn't like Saw, because you actually got to pay attention to what the hell is going on. Come on, man. The Saw movies is great, bro. I fucking love that series. But to each his own, seriously. And this motherfucker gonna call in and talk about Twilight? Twilight? Seriously? But what else was you watching with your girl? Vampire Diaries? Was you watching Glee too? What the fuck? Man, hell no, man. Hey, look here, little mama. You can watch that shit. I'm not about to watch that shit.
Do it.
I'm a grown ass man with dick and balls. I don't watch that, bruh.
I can't do
Sorry.
it.
No. Nah, and I'm not. I will not let your little young Thundercat call in and talk about no motherfucking Power Rangers. Fuck each and every one of them little motherfuckers. Voltron is the original. That was my favorite cartoon growing up. Power Rangers is a copycat Voltron. It's the same shit.
This is true.
Except these motherfuckers got these little fireworks and shit. Fuck your fireworks, nigga. Hell no. Nah, you got to get back to Voltron, man. Y'all on that bullshit. If y'all don't know what Voltron is, it's on fucking Netflix too. Check that shit out, even though that one's not the original either.
Yeah.
The original is not the same, but it's all right. It's all right, though.
Okay.
But y'all not finna call in here with this Power Ranger bullshit. Hell no, bro. Hell no. Voltron was the old motherfucking G. Respect that boy.
Already. Yeah, I fucked with the Voltron, man. God damn. I forgot about that bitch on the cool. Man, they had a whole bunch of little generic ass shits like that, though. What was the one? I don't know if y'all remember the one. These motherfuckers used to like go in the computer and fight. They used to do some of the same fucking shit, but they go like into a computer and they be fighting inside the computer, fighting viruses or some shit. It was digital, so I don't even remember what the fuck the shit was called. Like I gotta go back and look that shit up. But yeah, they had a whole bunch of little knockoffs like that, man. Bunch of little wild ass shit.
Yeah, Power Ranger was a huge knockoff. Like it's the exact same thing. They jump into the machines, they turn into this one big monster, and then they fighting a dude in a costume. That's bullshit. Like, come on, man. Voltron was way more original. They was at least fighting real monsters. Hell no. Come on, bro. No way. But anyway, I'm going to let somebody else call.
No, that's a bit. Appreciate the call, Jay Dizzle.
All right.
Yeah, I ain't lying, but yeah, I agree with the look. I had an old lady at that time. That's when I was with, the former Mrs. Honcho. And she used to try to watch that Twilight. She said, man, I'm not watching this bullshit, man. It's just not going to happen. Look, I love you, man, but I don't love this shit. So that shit's not going to shake, man. It wasn't no way. It's just certain shit I cannot do. You know what I'm saying? We can find something mutually acceptable, and I'll lean into your arena just a little bit, but there's just certain shit. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Man, a movie that I think a lot of people are sleeping on, we talking about all this shit, that I thought was actually pretty good, had a pretty good series. I saw a couple of them, was the Underworld series. You know what I'm saying? I don't think anybody mentioned that so far. The Underworld series had a couple of good movies. I don't remember which ones was which, but I remember watching, I remember some of those was pretty interesting. You say Trans or Z? I ain't never heard of Trans or Z. Switching back over to Duke Nukem 007. Man, but here's the deal. There was they tried to remake 007, I think, on PlayStation. They might have did on the last gen consoles, but it wasn't the same. But they need to figure something out. Like the way they be bringing back all them old games and shit, like on Xbox, you can play like the old 360 games and all that. They need to holler at Rare or whatever they fucking need to do and bring back 007. Just leave it alone. Leave it as is. That bitch could be clunky and blocky and all that other good shit. And fucking just let motherfuckers have at that shit. Make sure the multiplayer works properly and all that other good shit. 007 was a classic. And that's when I think couch co-op was at its premium. It was at its prime when you fucking with 007. So I think that GoldenEye was the shit. That game itself was unfuckwittable. That's when, like, man, y'all remember when shit used to be cool to have the fucking, and Rare used to do that shit in all their games, that old fucking Donkey Kong mode shit. Fucking make the characters with the goddamn big heads. They used to do that shit on fucking NBA Jam too. Fucking big head mode. You put the little codes in and get the damn okay. Which one was better, NBA Jam or NBA Jam Tournament Edition? We talk about sequels to games. Yeah, man, you got a Transport. Transport was cool. I want to say, I don't know if I saw the sequel to Transporter, but I remember. I think the first one was good. Yeah, I'd go tournament because tournaments had the little power ups and shit on the court. You shooting fucking 7-pointers and shit. Or however of how that shit went. Ace Combat 7. Man, I haven't heard that title in a long time. I didn't even know they were still making them games. I want to say I fucked with it. When did that shit originally come out? Was that a PlayStation, original PlayStation game? It's been a minute, though. It's been a minute. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in on the den this evening?
It's Jay Dizzle again.
Nah, already. What you want to drop in the den, Jay Dizzle?
You just mentioned the Transporter movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about an argument that me and my little brother had got into while watching one of these movies. The scene was, he was trying to get away from these motherfuckers, right?
Yeah.
So he pulled up next to an 18-wheeler. Of course, he was driving that Audi or whatever the fuck it is he drives. So what he does is he tilts it on the right two wheels. Now, this is an all-wheel drive car. And then he puts the other two wheels on the fucking trailer of the truck. And he able to maintain the speed while he's doing that. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, bro, that shit is not even physically possible. And my little brother was like, what you mean? Of course it is. I'm like, nigga, those tires, it's an all-wheel drive. It's not a two-wheel drive on one side, bro. You cannot do that without spinning the fuck off that trailer, because the two tires, the trailer is still according to that. The two tires on the left shouldn't be moving at all.
Yeah.
And he could not understand why that's physically impossible.
Yeah, man.
And I was like, what the fuck? What are they teaching your ass in school? Which goes back to the conversation yesterday. That's common fucking sense. It's impossible. And I had to literally draw this motherfucker a picture to why it was physically impossible. Telling y'all young Thundercats, man. Jesus.
Man. That's why I didn't even think about that shit though. Like why you bullshitting?
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it. Damn. Well, at least he eventually got it, man. You got to do what his tutors, his teachers couldn't do. Goddamn. And you know,
now see, you would think that, but no. We ended it. We gonna agree to disagree.
Oh damn.
That's how it ended. He still didn't get it, bro. After I drew him a picture, he didn't get it.
But Samurai, that's what it was. Versatile Titan, superhuman samurai cyber squad or some shit like that. Yeah, that's what I was talking about in the fucking thing. But yeah, that's why you drew him a diagram and everything. And sometimes some issues are just a lost cause, man. Shit, you'll run yourself crazy trying to figure it out. Well,
that's another argument we get into. He gonna ask me this question. He gonna say, "Is water wet?"
Yeah, I mean, water's wet. What is? But where was he trying to go with that?
No, because he was trying to say that water has to be wet, and I'm like, water is wetness. So how can it be wet? It's the definition of it.
Interesting.
And he was like, well, water. He said, well, water ain't dry. I said, that's true. Of course, it's not dry, but it's what wet actually fucking means. You can't be wet with anything else. Pretty much, it's gonna be some kind of liquid, and every liquid got some water in it.
Yeah.
Just like, what the fuck? That's not even a real question. The question doesn't make sense.
Does your brother engage in the ganja?
I know he did when he was a little younger, but no, he's just not that bright.
Okay.
I don't know what happened between my conception and his, but yeah, my mama fucked up or something somewhere. I don't know. I guess we got different daddies or something, but yeah. Nah, man.
Yeah, that sounds like one of them old conversations a nigga would have when he was just one blunt too far in. You know what I'm saying? It's about time to put it down for the night. You know, that's one of them conversations right there. God damn.
Absolutely. Ain't nothing worse than a dumb, smart motherfucker. Ain't nothing worse than that. And if you don't know what I mean, you find somebody that's not that bright and let them smoke some weed and let them try to hit you with some hypothesis or some kind of fucking epiphany that they come up with in their head, and you just look at them like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? Really? No.
Man, I done had some nights like that. It's a bit, but I done had some nights like that. I done fucking. I'd have been on some other level shit sometimes. I don't think it was nothing like that. It was some old space age shit. But I don't definitely think it was nothing like that.
See, what he liked to do is he liked to surf the internet to find shit to stump me.
Mm.
And sometimes he get me. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes he get me, but sometimes I just be like, bro, that's stupid. It's not even logical. And you couldn't tell just by reading it. Like, come on, dog. Come on. The worst shit he ever did to me. He called me on the phone while I'm at work and asked me, "Hey, bro, what's 33 times something?" And I'm like, "Are you fucking serious?" And he was like, "Yeah, I know you know it real quick." I say, "Nigga, you could have just put that in the calculator on your fucking phone instead of calling me. What the fuck?" And it pissed me. Oh, it pissed me off, bro.
Yeah,
it pissed me off so bad.
You got to answer quicker than dialing the number.
Exactly.
Damn.
My fucking point exactly. You had to do more work to call me than you would have had to put the shit in your calculator in your phone. And he was just like, "Oh, yeah, I guess I could have done it." And I'm just be like, "Nigga, Lord help this boy. I don't know what he goes to."
I think when you be
and it wasn't only him. He had 2 other people at his job, and they was all trying to figure it out. And I'm like, "Don't y'all niggas got phones?" But yeah, but we didn't think about that. I'm like,
man,
God damn. How old is you?
Man, we gonna need help for the future, man. We go look. I see why AI is blowing up. You know what I'm saying? We go. It's
I don't know. It ain't looking too bright. But anyway, let me get off.
All right, Jay. Just appreciate the call, man.
All right, man.
Man, and that made me think, Baker, man, you ain't lying, man. You got me thinking about Whoop on some shit like that, because that's some definite Whoop shit. That my cousin Whoop, that nigga used to be just on some illogical, just some shit, like simpleton shit, man. Like I don't even know. Hostel. I don't think I've seen none of the Hostel movies. Equalizer. I saw Equalizer 2, but I haven't seen the first Equalizer, so I can't really speak on that one. And I caught the end of Tyson on Rogan today. But that Samurai Cyber Squad, yeah, that's what that shit used to be. The motherfuckers would go on the fucking little computer and shit and be fucking fighting some old digital shit. Like I say, yeah, they definitely made a lot of Voltron variations on that shit. So they was eating off that premise, man. Man. Let me see what y'all talking about. You say because water can't be wet though, because since it's itself, it's a liquid, bro. So it's like acid, so it can't. Y'all trying to go down the rabbit hole. Y'all trying to go down the rabbit hole. So that's how niggas start a fight. Crank. I think Crank did have a sequel, Baker, man. If I'm not mistaken, I think there was a Crank 2. I want to say there was a Crank 2, and I want to say I saw that shit. I do believe it was. Never saw any of the open seasons. Water surrounded by other water molecules is wet. There you go. Wow. I want to say, I want to say it was a Crank 2. Crank was wild. That whole premise was wild. Jason Statham has been in some very interesting movies, man. Some of them have been relatively similar, but they are always pretty good. What's this? Speaking of demo action, over the top action movies, what was that shit? The Expendables. What about the Expendable movies? You know what I'm saying? I think I want to say, I don't think I even caught all of them. I think I might have caught like in the middle or something, one of those. The Mechanic. I want to say, like I say, man, it'd be a whole bunch of movies. I'd be forgetting which ones I saw. I remember him in the what was it, The Bank Job. I remember him in The Bank Job. Is Curb a sequel to Seinfeld, and is it better? So, but didn't he have something to do with Seinfeld? I thought that the Curb Your Enthusiasm guy had something to do with the making of Seinfeld. Yeah, look, that's gonna be a whole. We gonna be the start of a whole den topic in itself. Is water wet? Oh man. That's wild. That's wild stuff, man. There's a couple of these calls I got to go back to. There were some movies that were mentioned. Mello said he didn't like the Hunger. I like the Hunger Games. I don't think I saw all of them. I think I just saw 1 and 2, but I think 2 ended kind of, if I wasn't mistaken, 2 ended kind of abruptly. The Saw movies. Here's my deal with the Saw movies, and this is what I want to speak on with the Saw movies. Yeah, Frazier was off when you follow that nigga home from Cheers. Fucking, here's my deal with the Saw movies. It got to a point where I'm like, man, they really stretching this shit out. They really stretching this shit out. And then I want to say it was like Saw 5. I believe it was like Saw 5, where they backdoor and they like wrapped everything up. But then I think they still had a couple of them after. I didn't see those after that one. So I think it was Saw 5 where they wrapped like all the fucking pieces together. And then I was like, okay, I can fuck with it. I can fuck with it. Cause I have this habit of, if I do watch something, I generally like to watch it from the beginning. If I do catch something in the middle, just because, you know, it's just either a situation back probably when I was smoking, something like, fuck it, we're just gonna watch something, or, you know, somebody else is already watching and I just kind of, you know, jump in and catch it. But if I watch something, I like to see shit in order. Like that's like a thing to me. I like have to see things in order because I want to know the story and how it goes. That's why I like, even with the Equalizer, I was just like, maybe because I didn't see the first one, I just thought it was all right. I have to see the whole story, you know, to understand the back end and everything. But like I say, so I ended up watching them because, like I said, I want to say around 3 or 4, it got kind of stretched out in my opinion. But yeah, it definitely is some shit that you just. My thing with Saw is just because I be putting myself in a situation. I'm like, no, I like these hands, but I like freedom. I don't know if I'm cutting some shit off or digging some shit out to check it out. Star Wars though, I've never watched Star Wars. I've not ever watched Star Wars. The most I've seen of Star Wars is that fucking rolling credit in the fucking, that little rolling story in the beginning, in a land far, far away, some other shit. And that is all. That's all I know. I remember they tried to show that shit to us in school. Like we had one of them old free day type situations. I went, no, actually I didn't go to sleep. I was in the back of, what's that? Is that a music class? It was either a music class or a science class. But I was in the back of the class playing with some titties. I wasn't watching that shit. Like I ain't had no time for that shit. John Q was fed. John Q went super fed. John Q was a hard ass movie. Man, talking about top movies, probably one of my favorite movies of all time, Man on Fire. Man on Fire was a great fucking movie. You know what I'm saying? Shenanigans, stop. Man on Fire is a great man. I ain't gonna say nothing, Jay Dizzle. I'm not gonna say anything because the name is possibly too close for comedy. It's close to some of that stuff. But that was a different situation though. But there was a situation like that with I'm not gonna say if it was first or if it was last or whatever it may be or how close that name was, but hey, that's a little uncanny. Speaking of movies, Major Pain. What about Low Down Dirty Shame? See, that's some throwbacks. So y'all don't know nothing about that. Yeah, y'all don't know nothing about that there. Man on Fire was a remake? Okay, I didn't even know that. Oh, what? Darren Davis in the motherfucking building already. The Rewatchables. I'm gonna jot that down. I've never heard of it. Never heard of it. All right, I got a question. We've been talking about a lot of big budget movies. We've been talking about a lot of major film productions. What's the best low budget movie that you've ever seen? And this is a tough. I got to think about it because most low budget movies are trash. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. Two Girls, One Cup is terrible. Terrible. If a pizza can be cut into 8 or 12 slices and you aren't very hungry, I don't know about this 4 and 12 slice pizza. I'm gonna stick with 8 because that's what I know. The Wrestler was a great fucking movie. I completely forgot about that movie. The Wrestler was a great fucking movie. If you haven't seen The Wrestler, that shit, just thinking about this shit makes me want to watch that bitch again. It's been a while since I watched it, but The Wrestler was a great fucking movie. Oh, I'm gonna jot that down. I'm gonna have to try to watch that bitch again. The Wrestler was a great fucking movie. Let's see. The Wrestler was great. You say State Property. Okay, talking about sequels with State Property was. I don't think I saw State Property 2, but which one was better? That was a trick question. Look, I ain't never seen no 12 slice pizza. I'm finna. Was Office Space low budget? Office Space was great too, though. It was, and if you really think about it, it was though. What was that? Matter of fact, that's the place where they always would eat at Shenanigans or some shit like that. That was the name of the place. Office Space was a great movie too. Office Space was good. Who directed? Didn't Hype Williams direct Belly? So the rest is kind of a true story. Man, I believe it. I believe it. It's just that bitch is intense, dog. Like, I wouldn't say intense, but it's just it's good. Office Space was great. That's one of those cult classics. Would you consider Napoleon Dynamite a low budget movie? Oh shit, you never seen? But yeah, you gotta watch Belly. Belly's like it takes a strange twist at the end, but Belly's a damn good movie. Belly's a damn good movie. Napoleon Dynamite is a movie that just don't make no sense, but I've watched that shit so many fucking times. Purge. I think have I seen any of the sequels to Purge? Yeah, I did. I think I saw one and I don't know. Hold on. I might only saw the first Purge. 3 Strikes. 3 Strikes with the chicken hoe. Hell Comes to Frogtown. I never heard of that one. Used to be a dude in my classes in junior high, and this dude, like, I always thought he ended up being like a serial killer or something, but he used to love like those B movies, those like fucking horror movies, or little beat whatever. Like, he had a fucking collection of shit. And he was always a weird kid. You know, he was always like a real strange kid. He was the first motherfucker I think I ever heard say like the Bible was a fictional story. And that's, like I say, when I was still a Jehovah's Witness at the time. And I think we had a project or something. I had to go to his house, and this motherfucker's room was just full of these fucking B-rated horror movies and shit. And fucking he had just some of the weird shit, all them zombies, like Day of the Dead type shits. But just like there was like a bunch of different variations. He was big into all that weird zombie shit. Idiocracy is a movie I've heard a lot about that I haven't seen, and I want to see it. And it's funny because I hear a lot of people referring to how a lot of that shit seems like shit that's going on today. Man, yeah, lying. Blockbuster and Hollywood went harder than Blockbuster, and I'm gonna tell you why. For one reason, and one reason on that. If Cushington is still awake, I'll fuck with a little bit of Human Fall Flat. I ain't gonna play for a long time. I might have about an hour in me, but 'cause I got some things I need to work on. But the reason why Hollywood went harder, well, actually two reasons. Because Hollywood lets you rent the movies longer. That's true. And if you had a fucking late fee, they would still let you fucking rent movies. Like, well, you got a little late fee here, but you can still rent the movie and, just take care of it when you get a chance. And I was like, shit. Yeah, I'm going to take care of it all right. My next lifetime and shit. The motherfuckers, Please Be Kind, Rewind. Ottawa was a good movie. Very entertaining. Ottawa. And then now you think about it too, like a lot of Disney movies were fucking basically musicals. If I'm not mistaken, I'm trying to remember Ottawa, but I want to believe it was basically a musical too. And I hate fucking musicals. But you're going to watch the fuck out of a Disney movie. And you're gonna watch the fuck out of certain shit. Like, but I'm not big on fucking musicals. You know what I mean? But okay, that was just a different situation. It wasn't. I thought it wasn't Ottawa. Like I thought Ottawa had a bunch of music in that bitch. You gonna hear nothing about The Exorcist? He gonna be on Deshaun. Okay, I'm gonna check him out. He gonna be on Deshaun. On fucking First Take. Okay, not like that. Man, matter of fact, speaking of ATL, they said they're rumored to be making ATL too, and I'm like, where the fuck you gonna go with that? Niggas ain't skating no more, goddamn. I don't know, maybe they still skating in Atlanta. Motherfuckers wearing fairy costumes, skating down the street and shit, blessing cars if they want. They got on some weird shit out of there. Okay, might be an unpopular opinion. Okay. Might be a very unpopular opinion. Hustle and Flow is overrated. Like, it's a watchable movie. You know what I'm saying? It's a watchable movie. But that shit was overrated. Like, how the fuck did them motherfuckers win a Grammy? A Grammy for It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp. Of all the fucking songs that you could fucking watch, they want an Oscar for that? Oh, they want an Oscar for that book? Man, fuck all that shit. That shit shouldn't have won shit. That shit shouldn't have won a Woody. Man, that shit didn't revive it. That shit. What the fuck is 3 6 Mafia doing walking around with an Academy Award? You know what I'm saying? Like, no. That shit there is terrible. Terrible. Hard Out Here for a Pimp. Man. Escape Plan. Who was in Escape Plan? Was Arnold in Escape Plan? Drumline was entertaining. Drumline was very entertaining. They made that shit seem super hard. Nigga, ain't no motherfucking band motherfuckers going hard like that. But even in college, the motherfucking band girls in college, they were some freaks though. You play the trombone, you say. Let me see. Honey, I never saw Honey. That's what I definitely hadn't seen yet. Nick Cannon took that shit and ran with it though. He capitalized off that drumline fame. So I ain't even mad at him for that shit. You know. Okay. We got a request for someone who should be a mod. All right, I'll definitely keep that. Definitely keep that in mind. All right, someone has nominated someone for the next mod opportunity, but I'll keep that in mind. They live. I'm not for sure about them. Yeah, Florida A&M, yeah, they do. Because wasn't it a big dude they ended up killing And that's what I say, like, yeah, this motherfuckers can't haze a motherfucker no more. Man, I remember I ain't get hazed because I wasn't with that shit, dog. Like I remember when U of A, they used to make, like when they was making all the freshmen get up and sing and do all this other shit. Like I was not having that shit. I'm like, dog, I'm here to play some fucking football and go to school. I'm not here for your motherfucking amusement. I'm not singing a motherfucking thing. Y'all kiss my motherfucking ass. Like I don't give a fuck if y'all like it. Coach tried to get, come on, Eddie, man, just sing. You know, it's fun. That shit ain't fun for me. I ain't finna do that fuck shit. Like, I ain't here. I'm not here for that shit. Like, I don't give. Like, I ain't even talk to nobody really like that when I first got like fucking teammates and shit. The first niggas I got cool with though was some niggas from Port Arthur. But I wasn't fucking with motherfuckers out there. Dog. Like, man, y'all finna miss me with that bullshit. Niggas ain't like me. My job here is to go hard, to make a name for myself. Not to entertain you. I'm not singing at no fucking lunch. I'm not singing in no fucking meeting room. I'm not singing shit. I'm not finna do none of this dumb shit. But them motherfuckers got me though one day, cause we had I think it was right after a game. I think we was having a party after that or something. And man, them motherfuckers, I gotta give them credit though. Cause they kept that shit under wraps. Like I had no idea what was shaking. It was my birthday, like the same day. Niggas ain't say nothing. And so I think I got dressed and I was finna walk up out of the locker room. And then it was one old lineman at U of H. I could never beat that nigga. It was two niggas. One of them they both I think went pro. One, I don't know how long he stayed on. I think he made a couple of practice squads or something. The other one actually he played in the league for a little bit. He had a little bit of shine. It was the only two niggas I could just never work them niggas over, man. Everybody else it wasn't nothing. But it was them two niggas and a couple other it was a bunch of offensive linemen and there was a couple of fucking defensive linemen. And I was built like a fucking receiver playing on the D line. And I'm sliding out that bitch, man. Not thinking nothing about it. I hear them motherfuckers say, grab him. Hell no, they got me. I'm talking about when I say it was probably about 5 or 6 motherfuckers, dog. These motherfuckers, every last one of them hoes bigger than me. When I say I got the motherfucker up out that hoe, and the only reason I got is because my fucking shoe came off. Because I got up out that bitch. I'm like, fuck, I need my goddamn shoe. My goofy ass, I should have just limped up out that hoe without that bitch. Cause I went back to go get it and they got me. They take my motherfucking ass up. That was some old hoe ass shit. Well, they got me. That's that. Outside of that, you know, I was kosher. So my mama said, why don't the TSU team dominate that? Yeah, they wish. We used to dominate TSU. Well, we ain't playing, but we definitely used to dominate their campus as far as scooping up the hoes. They used to hate us when we used to come through that bitch. They used to hate us like a motherfucker. We come through, ass niggas. We come through with our little UH jackets and shit, sliding through the Tiger Walk, posted up like we went to school in that bitch. Let's see. Man, Major Payne was dope. Major Payne was live at 5. 2012. Disaster porn movies are strange. Cause then they just had one that was weird. Disaster porn movies are strange. I'm finna go throwback. Cause I think about it, what was that movie? Twister. And like when you go back and kind of think about it, I can't remember all the details of it, but now you just kind of go back and think about it, like that shit is dumb. But the way fucking Hollywood just puts shit together, you know what I'm saying? They just have a way of finessing some shit and just they'll have you buying into the shit while you watching it. But then when you just sit back and be like, what the fuck? Who the fuck does this? And then I met a fucking storm chaser in real life one time. I'm like, nigga, you a whole goofball. Fuck that shit. Ain't nobody got time for me chasing some goddamn tornadoes and shit. Who the fuck does that? But people really do that shit. Them shit there, cows and shit floating around in a goddamn tornado. I never saw Project X. Jurassic Park sequels I don't think they were better. I don't think so. Because they started getting weird. Then one of them, they brought them to the fucking city, like the Tyrannosaurus got loose in the city and shit. $10,000 BC. I don't think I saw. I don't think I see either one. I saw either one of those. I know which ones you're talking about, but I don't think I saw either one of those. Apocalypse or 10,000 BC. Shit. Back to TSU. That's when I had my grill and shit. I was too cool for school then. Let me see. But yeah, I don't think Jurassic Park sequels were better. I think Jurassic Park the original was what it was. The whole ending and everything. Just, I think it was better. Fucking raptors, fucking all smart and shit. Let me see. Say Hollywood is for subconscious programming disguised as entertainment. Because the other ones, the other ones were what, CGI? But they actually built like real fucking dinosaurs for those fucking Jurassic Parks. So I give them an E for. Man, speaking of Jurassic Park, man, though, Jurassic Park was a big hit because I used to have the little Jurassic Park toys. I'm finna hit y'all with something. Old school's gonna know about this. Y'all youngsters ain't gonna know about it. Young Buck. Y'all, you see, we're 335, so you can call me out for telling y'all young bucks don't know nothing about this right here. What's up, East Side? This is something y'all don't know about. Now, G.I. Joe had the Kung Fu grip, but y'all don't know about. There you go. Oh, there go my boy 335. There he is. Just in time for me to tell y'all young bucks don't know nothing about this right here. What do y'all know about the Jurassic Park toys with real dino damage? Y'all don't know shit about that. That's before y'all time. Y'all ain't know shit about that right there, man. Fucking toy have like a little chunk of it that would come out and expose like the little rib or the flesh or whatever, so it looked like it got damaged. You got to put that shit back and don't lose that shit. Otherwise, you're gonna be having no injured T-Rex walking around and shit. Only the rich kids had dino damage. Shit. Y'all know nothing about that right now. You say those are big with collectors? No shit. Well, you know, dino damage. Like I probably had a hand-me-down dino damage that I borrowed. Yeah, fuck them kids, goddamn it. But yeah, Jurassic Park had toys. They had little Jeeps, all that shit. Jurassic Park had like a whole collection of shit. Like that whole deal was a fucking thing. Planet of the Apes. Now I've seen the new Planet of the Apes, and I want to say I saw the original first one, but I don't think I saw anything because I want to say there was some sequels. Man, you know what used to kill me? What was that? What was the one? The fucking, and they remade that bitch and it was terrible. It was terrible, just terrible. The fucking it wasn't the Odyssey. Was it the Odyssey? Where they had the little fucking, but they remade it, but they didn't have the fucking they didn't have that owl, and then they made a joke about it in the movie, like because it was a little piece of shit owl or something like that. The fucking, because it was the movie, was it Clash of the Titans? I think it was. I think it was Clash of the Titans. Yeah, there you go, Baker Man. That's a bad. See, great minds think alike. Clash of the Titans. And the new one, they didn't have a little fucking owl, but he used to have a little fucking stupid ass owl that was just making little noises and shit and flying around. But that shit used to look so fucking cheesy, that fucking claymation shit. That shit is terrible. Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings was cool. I ain't gonna lie. That shit was long as shit. But I didn't watch any of this shit after that the first three. But Lord of the Rings was cool. It was actually much better than I thought. Bunch of fucking elves going on a journey was actually pretty interesting. Yeah, I think the Hobbit series, I didn't see that one. Whichever one had that fucking talking dragon in it shit, I didn't see that either. So yeah, a lot of those I didn't see. The Lord of the Rings series, so I guess, but the Lord of the Ring, does that count as a sequel? Because they said originally they filmed it as like one big ass 9-hour movie, and then they just chopped it up and just released it at different times. I think I saw the first Harry Potter. I didn't watch anything after that. it was cool, but I don't know. It was strange. I don't know if I really got into the Harry Potter shit. That Fantastic Beasts, isn't that like part of the Harry Potter series or something like that shit? So you got about another 3 years of watching Lord of the Rings. You'll be done. That shit there is a long fucking movie, dog. That shit is terrible. You say you watched all 3 of them? Okay. Man, I haven't seen the Fantastic Beasts. I haven't seen the Fantastic Beasts. So we were talking about movies that deserve a remake, and what did Cushington say? He said something that needs to be remade. He was talking about White Men Can't Jump and who would play it. I think that's a tough one, man. I think that's a real tough one. It's super tough. I mean, it's really tough because do you find like a modern comedian, or do you go with an actor? Brent Barry. That's a tough one, man, because who is the equivalent of a Woody Harrelson, modern times? Is it Michael B. Jordan, Chris Hemsworth? Chris Hemsworth that's Thor, ain't it? Oh, this dude brought back Surf Ninjas. God damn, Surf Ninjas. I ain't heard that shit in a long ass time. Damn. Surf Ninjas. What else was going on? Like around that time, karate and shit was like the thing. I guess before, like you know, Hollywood takes like a theme and they run that shit to death. Texas Pothead Club. Yeah, this is definitely a throwback there. Yeah, we started off talking about bad sleep, and now we've gone back in the time, and you know where you youngsters can't go, where you young bucks don't know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? 3 Ninjas. You be Short Men Can't Dunk, starred Kevin Hart. Man, I wouldn't watch it. I would not watch a Kevin Hart movie. Who would play old guy? Who would play damn, I can't even think of her name. Perez. What was her fucking first name? God damn. Rosie Perez. Yeah, that's right. I was going to call her Stacy for some reason. Rosie Perez. Who would play Rosie Perez? Who would play her part? For American Pie. See, think about American Pie now is everybody got Pornhub. So they were like, man, fuck this shit. We ain't watching this streaming shit. I'm trying to watch some shit on Pornhub. Nigga, I ain't watching their shit. Yeah, Rosie fucking Perez. That bitch used to have a bunch of roles. She used to be annoying as fuck. Yeah, man. But again, like I say, you know, think about movies though. Whether they are good or bad, they have their place in the world. Chronicles of Narnia. I didn't watch. I read the books, but did not. I don't think I saw the movies. Dance with the Devil. I haven't heard that. I've never heard of that. I'm trying to think of something. Man, it was okay. I got one because when Mello had called in earlier, he was talking about some different movies. That got me thinking. What about the Jeepers Creepers movies? Eva Mendes. Okay, yeah, that might not be a bad idea. What about the Jeepers Creepers movies? Do they get better or worse? That's what I'm trying to think, because I remember the first one. Wasn't the first one? I don't remember. Was the first one with the kids on the bus, and then the thing started fucking around? I don't even remember what the thing looked like. It was just like a weird ass dude with wings or some shit. I don't even remember what the fuck happened in that shit. That's 2 with the kids on the bus. Okay. And what is it like? What is it with horror movies? Why do horror movies? It seems like horror movies are more likely to get sequels than fucking than fucking like regular shit. Because I know they remade fucking The Ring. No, they didn't remake The Ring, but they had some sequels to that shit, and the sequels weren't that good. Another movie that wasn't that good, The fucking Grudge. I think that was kind of overrated. Our kind of characters. Yeah, I guess where people relate to those horror movies. Like we were talking about the fucking Freddy Krueger. Somebody mentioned him earlier. I think Roman had mentioned Freddy Krueger earlier, and he was funny. Nightmare on Elm Street. Chucky coming back. Chucky was Chucky, Bride of Chucky. Leprechaun was funny as shit. Leprechaun had like 30 fucking movies. Leprechaun had a whole bunch of fucking. Grudge was the one where the hair was coming out of people's mouth, if I wasn't mistaken. Motherfucker sitting there and fucking hair coming all out their shit. Okay, so Split is part of that shit. Okay, I didn't know that Split was part of the Unbreakable shit. So it's Unbreakable, then Split, and then this new shit. Okay, I have to see. I guess I have to watch Split before I watch Glass or whatever it is. Yeah. Okay, so I got a question before we get ready to wind it down. Are you trying to well, I got two questions, I guess. Are you trying to fall flat, Cushington? Or are you trying to fall asleep? And then my second question is this. Theater, or it don't even have to be a movie in a theater, I guess. A movie that you anticipated watching, or something that you really, really wanted to see. The movie that you probably most anticipated watching and were most disappointed by. That's what I want to know. Before we wrap it up, that's what I want. A movie that you watched that you anticipated the most going to actually watch it, but you were extremely disappointed when you saw it. Prometheus? I don't think I ever saw Prometheus. I don't think I ever saw that. Oh, okay. I don't know if anybody been trying to call in or not. I guess I'm just not seeing it. The line been tripping. So my fault if y'all have been trying to call and the line has been on some shenanigans. Like I say, hopefully Monday we should be looking at everything. I'm still like I be doing too much paralysis by analysis. So I'm down to two things that I'm finna I want to check out. Okay. The Alien After. Every movie after 2010. I'm trying to think. That's a tough one for me too. Like I said, I'm trying to think about a movie that I really wanted to see and it wasn't that good. After Earth? I don't think I've seen After Earth. And is The Rock the new? I don't know who would be the action hero equivalent to The Rock right now? Because The Rock got like 5 movies coming out every month. Bird Box was trash. I didn't anticipate watching Bird Box. I just saw everybody talking about that shit. And that shit was trash. Memento. I've heard a bunch of people talk about that too, but I've yet to see it. The Rock is the new Arnold. That's what I was going to use Arnold as a comparison, but The Rock is making, this motherfucker makes fucking movies every week. This nigga got a movie coming out. The Rock had like that motherfucker just won. Like, the motherfucker was the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. Nah, this motherfucker, I don't know who's making more movies than The Rock right now. Like, this motherfucker is Green Lantern. Yeah, I heard Green Lantern was trash. The most electrifying man in sports. The Rock was the greatest wrestler. Like, I know that there are a lot of legends. I know you got your Hogans. I know you got your Macho Man. Oh my God, that fucking meme, Macho Man Tranny Savage. That shit was so fucking funny. Have y'all seen that shit? We were talking about it on the mixer a little bit. That's the funniest fucking meme I think I've ever heard. You had Hulk, you had Rick, you had You know a wrestler I used to like, whose move I used to like? He wasn't as big as those guys, but he was still pretty popular. Lex Luger. Lex Luger got the torture rack. I used to do that shit to motherfuckers all the time. Oh, Bret Hart was a motherfucker. You ever seen that Bret Hart documentary? He fucking beat up Vince McMahon. The torture rack was great. Razor Ramon was a gangster, dog. Razor Ramon was legit. Well, Mankind, like, he was weird, but he was very entertaining. That motherfucker spit on him like they like fucked him over in a match or something. He beat that motherfucking wrestler. Take that shit serious. You know I used to like too? Fucking was it the Steiner brothers, but Scott Steiner, Big Papa Pump. You know what I'm saying? I think that motherfucker was definitely on some roids. That motherfucker used to talk cash shit too. That motherfucker talk cash shit. Who else went hard? Yeah, Mick Foley. That motherfucker had like 5 different people. He was Mankind, Mick Foley, Dude Love. He had another name too. That motherfucker had a whole bunch of names. I always hated Triple H. Because it was Triple H, and then when he used to be cool with like the British Bulldog or some shit like that, Eddie Guerrero went hard. Even now, Triple H got with old gal shit. He made a power move shit. It's like, y'all niggas tripping. Y'all ain't trying to fuck Vince McMahon. No, I'm finna get up in that. Coco Beware. Man, the name is familiar, but I can't put a face to it right now. Rey Mysterio went hard. All them fucking little luchador type motherfuckers went hard. Rey Mysterio, Psychosis, little motherfuckers like that. Let me see. You had Trish Stratus. You had, who used to go hard back then? It was like Trish Stratus. It was like Jacqueline. It was a couple of other ones that went hard. I'm called Dust. When I fit him in his new film from this week. But Lita, yeah, I remember Lita. Let me. Okay, let me check this out. Toronto, Ontario. Let's see. Booker T. Ha! You got jokes, I see. 335. That's back before your date, 335. You don't even know nothing about that. When Booker T called, who did he call a nigga? Hulk Hogan? We're coming for you. We're coming for you, nigga. Oh, you could tell that nigga fucked up. Oh, that shit was fucking hilarious. Yeah, China did the porn. I'm supposed to say China would beat the fuck out of the Rock. China was rough. As she fell off. There's a lot of motherfuckers that did porn that was, Screech had the porn tape. You never thought Screech would be the one. Screech had the porn tape. China had some action going on. What was her shit? One Night in China or some shit like that. They just like the Paris Hilton shit. Triple H fucked up. Triple H was a snake, dog. Like, that's why I say you could tell him off with a snake off the rip. Let's see. Bobby the Save went to the UFC. Oh no. Yeah, a lot of that going to wrestling, going to UFC don't work, but you can do the Ronda Rousey and go the other way. It'll work for you. China actually had a couple of flicks. China was out there wilding out. China was wilding out, man. That's such a sad end to her whole situation. To be where she was, to be who she was. And I'm not talking about just the porn, I don't give a fuck about that. Just the fact that, hold on. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening? Hello.
What's the deal?
What's the motherfucking deal? Who is this? Is this the Captain Cushington?
Yes. Why y'all talk about wrestling I ain't hear none of y'all say Stone Cold, Steve motherfucking me Austin, the Texas Rattlesnake, didn't give a fuck about nobody, cause everybody named Mama out. Stone Cold the shit out of that nigga Steve, Vince McMahon's daughter, and called all types of shit to her. That nigga was a gangster.
But Stone Cold was like,
fuck about you.
Stone Cold was like one of the first people that they mentioned.
I ain't hear Stone Cold. I hear him talking about Hulk Hogan and all that shit, but that nigga Stone Cold was a gangster.
Yeah,
nigga was drinking beer, listening to wife nigga while he was wrestling.
That motherfucker was fake drinking beer, but it went hard. The idea was good. That nigga wasted so much beer, nigga. I know it was people at home saying, oh, I could be drinking that right now. That motherfucker was wasting all kind of motherfucking beer. Smashing them hoes together, shaking them bitches up and shit. This fucking shit was all foam and shit by the time that motherfucker was drinking that shit. So Kushner was sleeping when we brought that.
He got some good beer out of it though.
Huh?
He got at least a good swallow though.
Yeah. Oh, pause.
He got a good taste.
Yeah, he got a little bit. He caught a little.
Swallow that. I mean, I ain't got a pause. I said Heidi swallow.
Okay.
Game changer.
This motherfucking shit good. Only in the dead. But yeah, fucking Stone Cold. Stone Cold went hard, man. Who else went hard at that time? That Attitude Era. Again, man, I used to be a fan of Kevin Nash. Used to go hard. Who was another one that motherfuckers CWF meant to Houston Coliseum? Damn. Kevin Nash used to go hard. I used to be a fan of Kevin Nash. The Wolfpack, you know, I was always rooting for the bad guys. The Wolfpack went hard. Even in what was that movie? Fucking, we were talking about it the other day. No Country for Old Men. I was rooting for Shakur, just cause he was like the best bad guy. Like, I think when you're talking about best bad guys in movies, and we just jumping all over the place. The Joker, Shakur. And it's another one I just had in my mind, and I fucking Ready to Rumble was a great movie. Ready to Rumble was a great movie. Shakur, yeah, he was just his whole demeanor, dog. That motherfucker there was calculated. When he ran up on Woody, that motherfucker had the tools and shit. That motherfucker was all the way about it. The King. I'm trying to think. There's another one. I just had it on my mind. I can't remember who the fuck I was going to say. That was a Negan. Here's my deal. He can talk too goddamn much, but he was good when he first started. And I'm gonna be honest, like after they fucked with the dirt people or whatever, the little trash can people, and they got betrayed by the trash can people or whatever. I think I stopped watching Walking Dead. I probably still don't stop watching a few seasons earlier, but yeah, that's when I just kind of, because I think they were fucking with the trash can people, and then they betrayed him. Then he actually went back to the trash can people, and then I stopped watching after that. Like, I wanted to, but it's just like, man, they stretching it out too far for me. I'm good. So I hadn't seen any of this last season, and I might. It's like it got to the point where I can't watch Walking Dead with commercials. Because already, like, you finna end up with some little bullshit ass cliffhanger at the end of the show. You got to go through all these whole ass commercials to get to it. So it's terrible. Oh, I need to see that then. I heard he was supposed to get wiped out. Rick was getting on my goddamn nerves too. Rick was turning into a bitch for a little bit. Like, Rick's character development was weird to me. You know, he went from good guy to kind of give no fucks guy and to bitch guy, and he was a bitch for a little while. And then my favorite character on Walking Dead was old Buddy, was the best friend till they wiped him out like season 2. Like, what was his name? Shane. Shane was my favorite character at first. Shane wasn't playing no games with nobody. Shane wasn't fucking around. And if he would have had Shane's mentality from the get-go, you know, they would have been better off. Now, the whole ass shit about it, you know, people say, oh, well, Shane was fucking with him. Man, that was Rick's wife's fault. Rick's wife was the mark in that situation. You know, she should have been straight up with Rick about what happened. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, they sure did murk Carl, huh? Like I say, so like I said, I had seen like I think that might have been one of the last episodes I saw. I don't, like I said, I don't know. Oh yeah, every man. On Walking Dead, the black dudes that last a season, them motherfuckers were the first one. They would have some of the most bitch ass black dudes on that fucking show. T-Dog, that nigga was a mark. The nigga who was hard in The Wire, but when he got out, he was a mark. I forgot his name. His sister was tougher than he was. She got wiped out too. Just a bunch of shit in the fucking Walking Dead that is just it was hard for me to fucking deal with. Super Troopers, and then Super Troopers. I didn't see Super Troopers too. Carol was the most fucking gangster. Like Carol had her character progression was great. She went from getting beat on to being a motherfucking cold-blooded killer. She stopped giving a fuck. I'll tell you the character I hated the most with that shit was Oh, word? That's what happened with Morgan? Okay. Morgan had some bitch ass ways too for a little bit. He was, from what I remember, he was tripping for a little while. Ain't want to kill nobody, letting motherfuckers get loose and shit. But the character that got on my fucking nerves, dog, was King Ezekiel. You know what I'm saying? Like Carol might snatch your shit off. King Ezekiel was getting on my nerves. That old bogus tiger. The priest, they should have wiped him out too, because the priest was on some bullshit. The priest was on some whole shit when they first had got to Alexandria. I was like, man, if y'all don't kill this nigga, man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we all over the place. This is some old school deal and shit. We start on one thing and then we go all over the place. I was trying to see if Shaq Kush wanted to get on some old fall flat, but he got off the phone before I could. Well, he ain't answering when I asked him. So, the $1 Million Man, Ted. I used to be a big fan of Ted DiBiase. Ted DiBiase used to go hard. Who else went hard? Undertaker was all. Undertaker was the Undertaker. I was never really a big fan of Kane. And Kane was so-so. I wasn't a big fan of the Big Show. It used to be somebody else who went hard in that bitch too. Jake the Snake went hard. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Who else used to go hard? It was somebody else used to have a fucking prop that they used to have. What was Rick Rude? Was it Ravishing Rick Rude? Was that his shit? Ultimate Warrior did go hard. Tatanka. I used to be a fan of Tatanka. When that motherfucker would be getting his ass kicked the whole fucking match. That motherfucker Tatanka, the figure four. That shit was loud. Tatanka used to get his ass kicked the whole fucking match and then start that little power up dance. Like he started getting wired up. And then fucking once he started that little stomping, that little Indian rain dance shit, that was it. You wasn't finna stop. Yokozuna went hard. You know who I used to hate though? Was the most suspect man in wrestling, fucking Rikishi. That fucking butt shit. I couldn't stand that shit. Man. Hold on. Let me hit y'all with something. Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody. Y'all don't know nothing about that, man. The boys used to go hard. Yeah, Stinkface shit was super suspect, dog. Like, man, this is how you finishing motherfucker. Like you putting your motherfucking ass on people, nigga. Like this is what's good. This is what wrestling has come to. Yes, sir. Them motherfuckers go on Road Dogg and what was the other motherfucker's name? Fuck. What was the other motherfuckers? The Badass Billy Gunn. Okay, I couldn't remember. Them motherfuckers they had a live entrance. Yeah, them motherfuckers went hard. Yeah, what was them other motherfuckers? I remember Christian and Edge and the Hardy Boys. There's a bunch of them. Man, it's been a bunch of wrestlers that's came through, man. X-Pac, he started out as 6. And he started as 1, 2, 3 Kid, I think. Yeah, he started as 1, 2, 3 Kid. Then he became 6, and then he became X-Pac. Damn, Chris Jericho still fighting? D'Lo Brown. You know who used to be a real questionable character too? Val Venus. Yeah, Heidi's like, this conversation is over. Y'all don't know, but before Heidi runs, she powers up on a pile of coke, like Scarface. That's why she likes Scarface. She just she power up, bow, 16 miles. Yeah, Goldust was super suspect. Goldust was real odd. Like he was real weird. And you gotta wonder, man, something I haven't seen anybody say yet. One of my favorites that I hadn't seen, unless I missed it, I haven't seen anybody say it yet. Fucking Diamond Dallas Page, man. Diamond Dallas, the diamond cutter. Fucking Diamond Dallas Page was the shit. Dog. Like, I used to fuck with Diamond Dallas Page. That was bad. Yeah, man. Now he got the yoga thing going on. But they talk about, they said DDP's a real good dude. Say DDP yoga works. Oh, stop. Ronda Rousey. She can't even take the fake hits in wrestling. Going backstage crying after matches and shit. I think I'm going to end it. I lost my fake wrestling match. I can't take the L's. Oh, they booed her out of LA? Word? Good. The thing about Ronda, man, she started smelling herself too soon, man. You know what I'm saying? She started smelling herself too soon, and it's the UFC's fault. Because when she started fighting some real competition, they ran from Cyborg for the longest. And fucking Lil Nunez wasn't playing no motherfucking Rob Van Dam. Yeah, Rob Van Dam. Ric Flair's daughter gave her a beating. Ric Flair said he started the drip, man. Motherfucker was bad about that shit. But see what WWE or F or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, now they're getting to the point where they don't let anybody become they don't let anybody become like to that status of John Cena, of The Rock anymore, because motherfuckers go on and, you know, get big money. They ain't doing all that shit they were doing. I don't know. I ain't gonna say nothing. Yeah, that might break the rules. An old Honcho would probably, what was her name? Brooke Hogan. That was a big old bitch. The old Honcho might have entertained a Brooke Hogan. We'll leave it like that. Man up, what's the motherfucking deal, man up? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think somebody said Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero was cool. Who else was cool? Eddie Guerrero was cool. We talked about Razor Ramon. Who am I forgetting? I never watched CM Punk though. Like I never watched CM Punk, so I don't really know about CM Punk. Bam Bam Bigelow went on. Oh man, we didn't went all over the place, man. We didn't went from talk about movies and sequels to, you know, good movies, bad movies. We talked about video game sequels being better. We have talked about just bad movie franchises, low budget movies. We're talking about wrestlers now. We've talked about a lot of very interesting things. Ultimate Dragon. Yeah. Bad. Yeah, that's what I forgot. Hold on, let me see. Because there was some other little luchador type wrestlers that were good that I'm trying to think of. Because I was thinking about Ray, and there was another one. I know we talked about Psychosis. We talked about, it was another one. Vader? Damn. Sheamus was big for a while. Big Show. Yeah, I'm saying Big Show, man. I'm not super big on Big Show, but I mean, you know, I ain't gonna knock him. You know, he had his place. I don't know why I ain't never really just liked Big Show. Like I say, like Kevin Nash was cool, but I ain't like Big Show. La Parka went hard. I would do a mixer, but I don't know. I ain't heard nothing from Cushion. Cushion, I think he didn't tapped out. So if he ain't trying to play some Human Fall Flat, then I'm gonna probably chill on the mixer tonight. Kane. I wasn't big on Kane. Like Kane was the big red machine. I feel like we missing somebody big, man. We missing somebody major. We missing somebody major. Jay Bird, what's the motherfucking deal? What's going down? Undertaker went live. But man, I feel like we missing somebody. Buff fucking Bagwell. Yeah, that's a good one. Buff Bagwell. Who else? Let me think here. Mr. Perfect. We need to do a wrestling topic. Yeah, we doing it now. The Iron Sheik is the greatest. The Iron Sheik is the greatest. Oh, man. That fucking Iron Sheik Twitter account is hilarious. Kurt Angle, that's who I was thinking about. The fucking, when he his Olympic shit. You know what I'm saying? Goldberg. I don't think anybody has said Goldberg. You know what I mean? What you got there, Roger? Goldberg is Goldberg was going hard for a while. A little music come in. You know it's finna go down. He finna spear somebody and get up out the ring in about 37 seconds and shit. Goldberg, I know they brought him back after a while. They had his little streak going. Who broke Goldberg's streak? Who beat Goldberg first? Andre the Giant. That's a damn good one. I just got 1 minute's beck and call. Greatest classic, Juice or Menace to Society? I'm finna say something that's going to blow the wigs off the den. I have not seen Juice in its entirety. So I've seen probably the end of Juice, but I have not watched it in its entirety. So by default, Menace to Society, but Fresh was a good one. But by default, Menace to Society. But my big beef with Menace to Society was, what was it, Kane? Was he dead? Because I forgot who I was arguing with about this. Because basically, you know, he's narrating the story. But at that point, basically, you know, did he clock all the way out? Hey, bro, you ain't got no ways, nigga. So was the end of the movie him dying? And because it was funny because like earlier today, and I realized that about Juice earlier today because I don't know, I think it was on Twitter or something, and I seen that they were like, I think was it today that it actually came out that many years ago, or whatever year it came out, and they were playing the trailer for it, and I was like, oh shit, I ain't never seen all the fucking Juice. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got called into the den this evening?
What's going on? This is your boy, Man Up here.
Man Up, what's the motherfucking deal, Man Up? What you want to drop in the den tonight, Man Up?
Man, I can't believe you say you ain't seen Juice, man. Yeah.
Nah, I ain't seen all of it.
I gotta give you this, man, because I'm at work and a lot of people be getting on me because I say I ain't never seen Star Wars back in the day.
Oh man, me either. I ain't seen it either.
Nah, man, but I had to call in, man, because you were talking about favorite wrestlers and stuff, man. I used to love wrestling back in the day. Today's world, I don't really like it, but back then I used to love this shit with Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H, and all them. Yeah. You know, Kurt Angle and all them, man, you know, and shit like that. But then it's one that a lot of people seem to forget, man, that I thought was, my opinion, was pretty good. And that's back in the day, and that was Ultimate Warrior. That was one of my favorites back in the day.
Ultimate Warrior was a beast, babe.
Yeah. Yeah, he was, was, man. He come down with that ring with all that damn tight ass shit wrapped around his arms and shit. I don't know. I don't even know what to call that shit, dude.
Cutting off his
I don't know what to
circulation.
call it, but yeah, like I don't know if he was doped up on steroids or what. The way he used to act and stuff. But shit, but I don't know. It was a character though, man. That's all you really fell in love with back in the day with those characters. You know, the shit they used to do.
Yeah, they used to sell it back in the day. That's what
I had to call it. Yeah, that's why I was just telling my wife. I said I used to love it, but maybe like 5-6 years ago, I got out of it, man. I'm like, I don't know what it is back in the day. I used to love it. Yeah. Now I don't know. I don't know what it is. It ain't entertaining no more. But I don't really watch it too much no more now, though.
I agree.
But yeah, I had to call in, man. Spit my spill on that, though, man.
Already, man. Man up. I appreciate you calling. I'm glad you could call in, man.
All right, hit you up later, man.
All right, man. You have a good one. But man, yeah, I agree. I haven't seen Star Wars either, and I gotta watch. Like I said, I've seen the end of Juice, but I haven't seen the entire movie. And wrestling, I think I got a wrestling really when The Rock kind of called it a rap, when he wasn't really just as active. That's when I think I stopped. I think that's when I stopped paying attention, man. So I think that was a wrap for me. So yeah, I got to go back and check that. And I seen somebody saying that he was bloody as fuck at the end of Menace to Society, and so he was dead. But I'm like, nigga, if all that happened, like how the hell he had time to tell that whole goddamn story? Like, is this supposed to just be your life flashing before your eyes and shit? That motherfucker told a whole motherfucker. And why is it that one nigga like the bad black guy in every fucking movie? The nigga, basically the nigga who played Pinky. We started off talking about Friday and shit. The nigga who played Pinky, see, this is how we bring it full circle. Why is he always the fucking bad black guy? South Central or Jason's Lyric? Jason's Lyric was filmed in the city, wasn't it? So I think I might have to go with Jason's Lyric just because of that. I remember they tried to do a little show about South Central, but I don't think it lasted too long. So I think I'm gonna have to go with Jason Lyric just for putting the city on. You know what I mean? What is Jay talking about? Jay Bird on some crazy shit. Jay Bird always on some crazy shit. I don't know what he's talking about. Remember that. Yeah, Sting went hard when he was for a little while. Is Sting still wrestling? It's been a minute. Yes, you know, y'all are knowing when Man Up When You Ready, man. You know, it's already what it is. So yeah, I definitely. Man, I watched Dragon Ball Z, yeah. Growing up, like I said, Dragon Ball Z used to get on my nerve. We were talking about soap operas. That's the real soap opera. The fucking a whole episode be a goddamn cliffhanger. That's the shit that used to piss me off about Dragon Ball Z. I haven't been caught none of this new shit. You know what I'm saying? I haven't caught I know motherfuckers talking about like the what is it, Ultimate Super Saiyan shit. He didn't upgraded or some like Ultimate 3. I don't know what the fuck he is now. But I haven't been catching a lot of the newer shit. You know what I'm saying? But I used to watch it back in the Gap, and them motherfuckers would be just, it'd be just a fucking whole new Brill movie, pretty good. Man, I think I just seen Tennywood posted something about one of the new Dragon Ball Z movies being pretty good. And I think there's a new little game beta or something out available now too. So Shrek 5, it was a 4? God damn, what was I at? The rest of Randy Orton. I remember Randy Orton. Man, RKO out of nowhere. They said SS level 5 in the main. God damn. Look, here's my deal, and I'm fucking up because I haven't even watched this season, honestly. And I got to get on my shit because I like to try to wait till the shit is over with, or I'll try to find the shit. I have to watch the shit fucking with the subtitles because it just feels more authentic when it's in Japanese or whatever. But Attack on Titan, if you haven't fucked with that shit is alive. See, the first season they had like 20-something episodes. Last year they only had like 12 or 13, I think. This year I don't know how many they have, but I I gotta check it out. But I gotta catch this season because I'm surprised I ain't been like that's what I'm telling. That's why I really ain't been watching shit because that's like one of my favorite shows. Good times. Good times. I never really got into Friends. I never really got into Friends. And then when somebody pointed out to me that Friends was basically living single, I was like, wow, that's crazy. So Randy over there probably was always like he was just there for the check. Shit, that's ultimately what it's all about. He probably know how crazy them wrestlers. Wrestlers are. You have to be a special kind of crazy to be a fucking wrestler, man. Like you traveling around the fucking country all the time with a bunch of other muscle meatheads doing steroids and coke and fucking sport performance acting. You know, sports entertainment on a night in, night out basis. And I mean, you nonstop. I mean, you are always on the move. Like, when do these motherfuckers get time to chill and go home? Ooh. Jeffersons are family matters. Jeffersons. Jeffersons, because nobody talks shit like Sherman Hemsley. No, not was it Sherman? Was it? No, his name was Sherman Hemsley in the whatchamacallit. No, was it? Hold on, I'm getting all confused now because I'm thinking about Amen, and then I'm thinking about was his real name Sherman Hemsley? I'm getting it all mixed up now. Look, my ass probably tired and shit. But whatever, George Jefferson. Like I said, I'd be bad with actors and names and all that other shit. But Fred Sanford was talking. They talking about that, but they said Sanford. They said Sanford used to be on that powder super bad, like on set, in between set. He used to carry like a little spoon and shit and be doing powder all on the sets and shit. They was talking about he was out there bad. But he did talk cash shit. That motherfucker did talk big shit. All in the Family or Martin? That's a tough one. Man, that's a tough one. But I'm going to go with Martin. I fucks with All in the Family. But Martin, to me, just hands down, just was... To me, Martin was a show on its own level, and I will forever hate Gina for ruining it. I don't care what Martin did. It's the greatest show on television. Just because all the shit Martin did. The fucking characters and just everything that he fucking did, man, just was... It was the fucking scene, you know, God damn it, what's the damn movie? That's what I'm saying. I'm all over the place. But we told Cole, sit your $5 ass down before I make change. And then when he stole the scene from the movie, then he had that fucking dog, that fucking big fake ass dog. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker there, dog. That shit was just, no. My favorite Martin episode of all time. I'm not gonna say all time, but up there, probably my top 3 to top 5. Was when they went to fucking the fucking vacation that he got off the back of the cereal box. And what's her name kept calling her the puppy. Hey, that puppy's back in our room. And it was like a big ass, it was a little motorized thing, but it was like a big ass fake rat thing. And that motherfucker got to whooping on that fucking rat. Oh my God. So that is one of my favorite, funniest fucking episodes, dog. That shit had me dying. Roseanne or Full House? I probably watched more Full House than I did Roseanne. Roseanne used to have some interesting. Roseanne, though, they were more controversial with the topics. So I definitely Roman from G-Town, no shit. Mad TV, early Mad TV. But it got to a point, I want to say, you know, after a few years, Mad TV got kind of washed up. I stopped fucking with it. And I've never just been super big or consistent with SNL. Like old school SNL, you know, like when you talking about Murphy and Rock and some of them other guys who were there a while back. Excuse me. It was good, but now not so much. You know, it's too much right now because one, they super, I mean, of course, you're always going to have a tinge of politics in it, but just now, it's like desperate. You know what I'm saying? I really can't get into it. What's his name? What was his name before he died? Carlin. I've always liked George Carlin. George Carlin has some of the best stand-ups. So I fuck with him. Meet the Browns, House of Pain. I never watched either one of those too much, but I always thought Brown was kind of funny. Ooh, man, that's a tough one. I'm gonna go with Golden Girls. I'm gonna go with Golden Girls on that one. I Love Lucy. I used to love the little shenanigans and shit they used to get into, but Golden Girls, like I said, I was watching some Golden Girls the other motherfucking day, man. Golden Girls. Thank You for Being a Friend. Yeah, I still fuck with that fucking the old lady. She was hilarious. The oldest one. She been there talking all kind of shit. Street Flavor of BET Uncut. Man, BET Uncut. Just like we was talking about earlier. Motherfuckers was talking about whatever that new Cardi B video is, the bitch full of boats. The bitch full of boats. Boats full of bitches. Fuck that. Nelly started that trend. Tip drill with the fucking credit card. I was talking to my old lady about that shit before the dead. I was like, Nelly started that trend. BET Uncut, and then everybody started. But the thing about Nelly shit and why Nelly shit was better and will probably be better than all this new shit is because the ass was real. That's before motherfuckers was just getting loaded up on these injections, because now motherfuckers, what's going on over in that corner? I see you watching that little light. Yeah, because the ass was real. Nowadays, all these fucking deformed, clunky looking asses. You know what I'm saying? So the shit ain't even what it is now. Longest day was about like 3 hours and some change, I think. I have no idea. No, we ain't got no 2 hours to go. We gonna talk some little shit, but no, about no 3. Like I say, I can fuck with a little time. Yeah, Kush Dens would be out of there. They had some long Kush Dens. Fucking Kush Dens, I'd be in there lit and fired up a blunt or two and talking all kind of buku shit. Like I say, I won't say that they'll come back like that, but I said, once I reach some of these goals that I have set for, to obtain, I've been thinking about when I do start, burning again, it'll maybe like either a Friday or a Saturday, maybe like a once a week thing. And that's when we'll just, those will be the more casual, probably end up being nostalgia dens, but I've been in motherfucking lit. I just dozing off, all right, like eyes looking like this. All right, well, I gotta go. Chips or Dukes of Hazzard? Only watched a little bit of each one, and so I can't really give a honest opinion on that one. You know what I'm saying? I can't really give an honest opinion. I watched a little bit of Chips. I watched a little bit of Dukes of Hazzard, so I can't give an honest opinion on that one. So, but yeah, man. Yeah, I would be lit in this bitch. I'd be out of there. But it was there would be the would you rather have a hoe or a thought? It depends on the situation. Probably a hoe. They said bitch gonna get some money. You know what I'm saying? The thought, she's fucking for free. You know what I'm saying? I'm not paying the hoe, but she'll be a hoe, break bread. So. Ooh, 18 or Night. 18 used to be over the top, but that Carl Knight Rider, was it Kit? Ooh, man, these are some tough questions. I'm gonna go with Knight Rider simply because I'll be one deep most of the time. I could I could probably relate. What was it? Was it Michael Knight? And then the music went hard too. So yeah, I probably got to go with Knight Rider on that one. Old School or Step Brother? Ooh, we're going Streaking. Or the Catalina Wine Mixer. I think I'm gonna go with Old School. I think I'm gonna go with Old School on that one. Say Brian is still by far his best character. Edman, that's not an answer I can give you. If you want to decide to go down that route, you know, do it. But it's gonna impact you in your future. Don't do it. I don't, like I say, you know, regardless of other stuff, like I don't see. Even though I'm choosing not to partake right now, that's the only thing that, you know, reefer, it'll get you a little. It'll get you a little, depending on what you're smoking, what type you smoke. It'll get you a little. So, out for small one. Oh man. Fuck. The Small Wonder was the one where she would do the little finger thing, right? And her dad was in the little dilly. If that's Small Wonder, I think I think I'm fucking with Small Wonder. Alpha's cool, but I think I might be fucking with Small Wonder on that one. Cause I used to be wanting to be able to do that shit, you know. Hell yeah, exactly. This is what I'm saying. So I'm saying I'm having flashbacks. I'm thinking I'm high and shit. What kind of conversation is this? Yeah. Let me see. DC or Marvel? I'm a Marvel person for the overall variety. DC has a couple of characters. I mean, Superman is Superman. I'm gonna say something most people may not be keen on, but I think Batman is, aside from that, you know, the Dark Knight series and all that, I think Batman is overrated. Batman ain't got no fucking superpowers, man. Batman just got money. You know what I'm saying? It's like Bill Gates is a fucking superhero. I mean, he put in the training, he put in the work. I'm gonna give him that. But Batman had money, so he was rich from the jump. You know what I'm saying? He could bring in all the tutors he needed to get the skill. But Batman, he had that fucking belt. You know what I'm saying? And that was about it. And then Batman kind of suspect, because I don't know what his situation is with Robin. That shit just a little odd to me. But as far as just diversity and just, not necessarily diversity in that sense, but the diverse array of characters and the story depth, to me, it's just, I think Marvel is far superior. You know what I'm saying? Those you was arguing Batman is trash. Yeah, Batman ain't got no superpowers, man. He really don't. And so that's my deal with him. Like, you know, because Batman was getting his ass kicked. Bane was whooping his ass. You know, he had to undo the undo Bane little breathing apparatus. Hey, what's his name? Not had that breathing apparatus. It'd have been a wrap for fucking Batman. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. Christian Bale made Batman pop. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Batman pop. Fucking. But you know, shit. What's his name? Lucius Fox did all the work. He came up with all the cool shit. You know what I'm saying? It looks interesting. It looks interesting. John Wick 3 looks interesting. I need to go watch 2 before I catch it though. But yeah, and that's what I'm saying. This is the type of shit though. This is why I say that's the kind of conversation you start getting real in depth on, and fucking when you high, you just like, hold on, but my nigga, but what you not understanding right now though. You know what I'm saying? This nigga Bruce Wayne though. You know what I'm saying? How does he, you know what I'm saying? How does he fucking with the bat signal? Like, what if this nigga in the house, you know, watching some TV or he got some other shit? What if he in the fucking bat cave? Like, how does he see the bat signal? You know what I'm saying? You'll start, you go fucking, can I take your ass to bed? This nigga on some late night snack ass shit. Boy, your mama gonna whoop your ass. Get out the fucking refrigerator, nigga. But my thing, John Wick, Batman, if you think about it, but more violent. But see, here's my beef with Batman. And probably Superman too, because this is what DC be on some bullshit. I don't know if Superman got the same person, but I know Batman shit is, you know, I don't want to kill him. I want him to serve justice. Like, boy, if you don't kill this motherfucker and get this motherfucker out your head, this nigga break out of jail every week, and you got to fight this nigga again and again and again. and you just look just off the motherfucker. Like this motherfucker wiping people out, doing all. He's got to serve his time in Arkham Asylum or Arkham State Penitentiary or Gotham or wherever the fuck it is, and fucking that nigga Batman don't want to kill nobody. I ain't got no time for that. Like nigga, they killed your father, nigga. They killed your mother, nigga. Batman, you better do something, nigga. But nah, fucking fucking Batman with these fucking principles be killing me, man. That's all right, man. You know, it's okay. Kenneth knows what the deal is. I'm his Gary. He just talking shit. So again, you know, I mean, it's just Batman fans being scared. Yeah, Batman fans will try to ride on you, man. But I mean, what is their argument? This nigga got a fucking Hermes belt with some attachments to it. Like, what does he got, man? It's like Lego Batman. I ain't even seen that bitch, but I know he was the Lego Batman character in the little things. He was pretty funny. Yeah. You gonna fail all three of them tests because your ass up late bullshitting. Go take your ass to bed or go study, nigga. You're here watching bullshit on World Star and then go slide into the den because you saw it was still live. Take your ass to bed, Kenneth. I'll be over there later. Have your homework on the desk. After I finish talking to your mama, I'll check your homework, make sure you got the right answers. Send you to school off in the morning. You said read that shit tonight. I'm gonna check it out there. Lego Batman. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna tune in. I'm gonna put it on my notes, babe. Cause I watch some old goofy shit. Like here, me, I'm a person, man. Like I like live action shit, but I just watched the whole of Pootie Tang like a couple of months ago when they tippy tie on the running kind. But I like animated shit just because you can stretch shit with animation that you can't really stretch with fucking live action, and so that's why I fuck with animation more so. And I know now with all the CGI shit and all these superhero movies, you can do a lot more. But I prefer fucking watching animated shit just because it's just more entertaining to me because you just never really know what's happening. He said, would I ever consider adopting Kenneth? Nah, there's some strict rules about adopting Ugandans in America. So, I don't want to go through that whole process. It's going to be some shit. I just ain't got time to deal with, and I believe in corporal punishment. I've been in whoop Kenneth's ass. Man, I don't know about animation. It's odd. Say DC living off Wonder Woman. Yeah, it's the movement for that right now. It's the whole wave to be dropping the Wonder Woman movies. I ain't see that shit either. Like DC is selling to the women right now, and I'll tell you why. The fucking Wonder Woman shit, and then the Aquaman shit. Cause the Aquaman, they got Aquaman on some old Fabio shit. What the fuck is Aquaman? What good is Aquaman outside of the water? Like that's what I need to know. Like what does he really do outside of the fucking water? You know what I mean? So I don't even know what's what. Like I say, that's why I say like DC with these old limited ass power characters. Like them niggas act like they didn't even fucking like they ain't even really make an effort. Okay, like this nigga gonna be limited, but he gonna be cool. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucking Superman get fucked up by some rocks and shit. You know what I'm saying? You gonna wash up in Galveston. The motherfucker will be down there. Dolphin gonna be poking him with a stick and just, hey, my nigga, what's wrong with you? Yeah, that's my deal with Aquaman. Like, what is he really? This nigga down here talking to fish and shit. This motherfucker make free calls to fish or something. I don't know what the fuck to do. You know what I'm saying? It is. Nah, I think the Den record is. I don't know if I can pull it up. Let me see here. I don't know if they got it by length, but I think we had some dens that were quite a bit. Let me see though. We'll see. Like I say, some of them old dens used to be quite a bit. Let's go here. Let me pull it up and see what we can what we can come across. Let's see, the R. Kelly den was 2.5. That was probably the most recent. Then let me see. How can we separate this? So yeah, they don't got it by. Let me see this here. I don't think none of the newer dens we've done have been that long. But some of them old dens, I got to go a few months back to see. Damn, I remember we did the React to the Internet den. That was only 1 hour and 45. 213. How long ago was it? Okay, see, I got to go back to, I got to look before I stop smoking. Then that's when you're going to see they probably significantly longer. Let's see. I don't know. See some 211s, 219. Yeah, I'll pull this up while I'm examining. What happened in this one? Why was that bullion den so short? I have no idea. 241. Okay, 303, 309. Oh yeah, nah, we ain't gonna make it. we had a damn near 4-hour dead. Hell no. Yeah, that was right after 420. When we was talking about dating co-workers. I'm gonna go back and watch that bitch. I'm gonna put that on play in the morning. Yeah, we got some 309. We got a couple of them over 3 hours. Let's see. That's what I was saying. I knew there was some reefer dens that definitely exceeded a decent shit. It might have been alcohol. Didn't even know. Yeah, we had a couple of them that went over 3 hours. But yeah, there was one that went 353, 252 there. Yeah. We ain't breaking no records in this bitch. No record shall be broken tonight. Yeah. Am I going to do anything special for 420 this year? It depends if I reach my goals. If my goals are obtained by 420, then we'll see. You know. But until then, no. So why can't we reach the older dens? Because I put all the older dens on. I unlisted all of them or privatized them. You know. Just cause, so for that way, when newer people are coming to the den, I don't want people to just think it, get too much in the old weed dens and things like that. I'm gonna figure out something to do with that. You know what I am gonna do though, just cause I ain't done this in a few days. Why not? So, yeah, like I say, 353 apparently is the record. And that's when we were talking about should you date coworkers. So I can only imagine what kind of conversation happened in that bitch. But here is the deal. As all good things must come to an end. I'm finna call it a wrap here shortly. But man, we need Man Up this weekend. Yeah, Man Up is available. We shall definitely get it in. Okay, yeah, okay. I just saw the Coco Beware. I say I had to be sure. Oh, interesting. Okay, somebody texted on the sauce line, but we will definitely I'll answer that. Favorite Dave Chappelle skit. Favorite Dave Chappelle skit. Ooh, I think that's a good one to end it on. Let me see. His favorite Dave Chappelle skit. Damn, that's a tough one. It's definitely between Prince or Rick James. Yeah, it's definitely. Yeah, you probably talked about co-workers for a whole along the course of that whole 4 hours. You probably like talk about it 30 seconds. You know what I hate about coworkers? Oh yeah, but that's a good point over there about some other shit. But let me get back to my point about coworkers. Yeah, you're right though about some other shit. Because you got to think about it. I think that was the dens before there was ever a fucking Denline. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, then again, like the dens before the Denline just used to be some old super far out shit. Say the draft, black races, Mad Real World is a great one. I had sex with Katie, man. Oh man, and I think just because of the Charlie Murphy element to those skits is what made them so good. But again, like they say, there's just there's no such thing like real life, and because we was talking about that shit before the den. When we was talking about the Cocaine Cowboys 1 and 2, and we was talking about fucking Cocaine Cowboys 1. Some of the shit that them motherfuckers did, man, and just that's some shit you couldn't even write up in a movie. I'll tell you what ain't nobody around that time. The Nigger Family was funny. Keeping It Real go. Oh, them little skits, yeah, they was funny. Oh man. Let me see. I mean, Dave Chappelle was just a hit through and through, man. But I think I'm just trying to double check. I'm just trying to, run over some of the skits in my mind. And I think that it's definitely going to be. I might have to go with Rick James over Prince, just because of like we mentioned earlier, the quotables that came from that. That shit like changed the world. That shit ruined Rick James's life. I'm Rick James, bitch. I wish I had 2 more hands so I give those titties 4 thumbs down. The milk's gone bad. Oh, the fucking video games with the kid with that shit was fucking hilarious. Player Haters Ball was great. The Player Haters Ball was great. I like Eddie Griffin.